I see it. Hi.
Yay!
Howdy.
We're back with
Hi.
our Friday night live stream with Limitless Lindy, Todd the Carnivore Cure, Coach Raymond, and Coach Rochelle. The purpose of these live streams, if you're new here, is just to help you guys out, troubleshoot, answer any questions, talk about any requests that you put in the live chat. And if you're watching the playback, feel free to watch this as a playback, comment whatever you want to learn down below in the comments as you watch. I'd love to know where you all are hopping on from. Where's everyone at today? And also happy holidays. So I think we already have some questions collecting here. Let's be efficient today and jump right to it, Todd, if you don't mind.
For sure. All right. So we are going to be doing Q&As, and we're also going to be doing a giveaway today. So we're going to be giving away 10 free memberships to the Steak and Butter Gang, so you guys can see what that's like. And so those will be 10 1-month free memberships. We are going to be giving away, what is that name of that air fryer? A crispy air fryer?
Tasty.
Tasty. We're giving away a tasty air fryer, and we're giving away two $25 Amazon gift cards. So we will show that. And then so we will start by taking your guys' questions. And then every once in a while, we will take a break from questions and we will tell you how to get in. So long story short, you just need to subscribe to the channel that you're watching from. You need to give this video a thumbs up on YouTube, and then I will give you a special word that you will comment in the chat, and we'll give that just before. And then when you comment that word in the chat, you'll go into a prize drawing wheel and for every channel that you are subscribed to. So if you subscribe to all the channels that you see on the screen, you'll get 5 times as many entries onto that wheel. We will announce what prize we are going to spin for. We'll spin the wheel, and whoever's YouTube name or Rumble name comes up, that is who wins the prize. And then you just to redeem it, we'll give you an email address that you can email, and you just have to send a screenshot of your YouTube name, like from your YouTube account, proving that it was you that won, and we will send you your gift card, air fryer, or your free SBG membership. So there's that.
And just to follow up, Todd, with the drawing, are we drawing it live right here today in the live stream?
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Yeah, we're gonna have 14. We're gonna spin the wheel 14 times tonight.
Fantastic. Okay, so you guys want to stay around for the entire live stream because intermittently we'll be choosing winners. And Lindy, if you don't mind, in the meantime, just coming up with a list of clickable links to everybody's channels, because I would like to require that everybody subscribe to all the friends here to be entered. That's the prerequisite. Okay.
Perfect.
So let's just get that list ready. Great. We're ready to go.
All right. Now on the Q&As, if you guys would put 3 capital Qs in front of your question, they'll be answered in the order they are received, unless it's a super chat. Super chats take priority. So here we go. Off to the questions. And we already have super chats. Here we go.
Okay, good to see you back, Nav. Thank you so much. Nav says, I don't understand what the fat to protein ratio is when someone says 1-to-1 or 2-to-1. What does that mean? And how much should I be doing for carnivore? Raymond, do you mind taking this one?
Yeah, so the misunderstanding is when we talk about 1-to-1 ratio, it's like 1 fat to protein, 1 protein ratio. So 1 gram to 1 gram. Now, a lot of people keep talking about calories also. So you hear the 80-20, right? 80 grams usually of fat, 20 protein. So, and that's where it gets very confusing. But I like to stick with the 1-to-1 ratio because it's easy to see. So what's a 1-to-1 ratio? Bacon is a 1-to-1 ratio. A ribeye has a little bit more, but fat than protein ratio. So hopefully I'm explaining it correctly, but Bella, you want to take over?
So the thing is, when it comes to fat to protein ratio, I never really got into measuring or studying the 1-to-1, 2-to-1 thing. I just remember interviewing Dr. Elizabeth Bright, and her rule of thumb, again, general rule of thumb, is she'll start off her clients with deep hormone healing needed, 1 stick of butter a day every day. That's as far as I got with measuring anything as a carnivore. I've basically just released all of the tracking, the numbers, the macro counting. So I personally can't take this question, but I'll hand it off to Todd, and then Todd can hand it off to Lindy.
Yeah, for sure. So it's pretty easy, really. So if you're doing 1-to-1, that is by gram, like Coach Raymond said. If you're doing 80-20, that's by calories. So basically, a gram of fat has 9 calories in it. A gram of protein has 4 calories in it. So what they're doing is they're saying 80% of your calories from fat, 20% of your calories from protein is actually how that works out, which is the same when you calculate it out to a 2-to-1 fat to protein ratio by gram. I do it by gram because it's easier to remember. So yeah, so if you have 2 grams of fat for every 1 gram of protein that you're eating, that is an 80-20 fat to protein ratio, and that's the easiest way that you can figure it out, And so yeah, basically a ribeye is already something like a ribeye is closer to 75-25, but that's uncooked weight. As soon as you cook it, unless you're gathering all the fat that drips out of it, then you're not, then it's much leaner. It's more like 65-35. So that's why sometimes you have to add the stick of butter that everybody does, or tallow. You have to substitute the fat. It's because we're losing fat under cooked weight, that these things are calculated out raw weight. So, but Lindy, what do you think?
I don't actually measure anything. I just eat. If I feel like fat, I'll eat an extra bit of butter or a bit of extra tallow. If I don't feel like it, I don't add it. So I just go by how my body feels. It's just too confusing if I have to worry about measuring macros and things. It stresses me out. So I just go by how I'm feeling.
I love that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I recently, just wanted to add one more thing here, is I recently learned that another metric a lot of carnivores like to go by is 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight. Have you guys heard of that?
Yes.
Floating around? Yeah, a lot of people bring this one up. And so if, let's say, your goal weight is 150 pounds, then eat at least 150 grams of protein per day. So that's another thing that might be helpful. Doesn't really tackle the amount of fat. My rule of thumb is eat as much fat as you crave. A lot of carnivores, they're going to start off and be nauseated by too much fat. And that's okay. You don't have to be forcing yourself eating sticks of butter like I did if you're not even craving for it. So for me, the body's cravings and what it wants, the appetite, trumps everything else. So with these 1-to-1, 2-to-1 things, just treat it as like a general guide. And I'll give this to everybody else in the live chat now. What are your thoughts on 1-to-1, 2-to-1 as a way to eat carnivore? Feel free to share what you do, your thoughts in the live chat. Perfect. Okay, another one from Nav. Thank you. I recently asked carnivores about my diet. They said I'm not eating enough fat. I eat ribeyes, 75-25 and 65-25 ground beef patties. That's pretty fatty. All cooked in tallow. Yep. Do you guys think I'm doing enough fat? Raymond?
Wow, the biggest thing is, do you think you're eating enough fat? So in other words, just like Bella stated, that if you eat too much fat, you're going to get nauseated. Are you getting to that point? If you are, back off the fat. If you're craving more fat, add a stick of butter on it. And if you can't handle butter, that's fine. You're already cooking in tallow, so I don't know how much more fat that you really do need.
Yeah.
The idea is to get what your body supports. Are you feeling really good with that? Then, hey, it doesn't matter. If you're feeling really good with what you're eating right now, there's no need to question anymore. There's no need to get anxious about it. You're doing the right thing. Todd?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think our body changes too. It really does.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yes.
Sometimes I need a bunch of fat. Sometimes I find fat repulsive. I can't tell you why, but it's when my body's just doing what it does. I hate to say anything dogmatic at all anymore, because I've changed so many times in the last 23 months that I couldn't tell you why the body does what it does, but it does. And all I know is that if you find yourself craving it or even feeling a little low on energy, just try adding a little more fat in and see what it does. And that's what I did. And I had to be, I had to be 2-to-1 or 80-20 fat to protein. And I was like, I was sure when I did that I was going to be that way for the rest of my life. Well, I was that way for about 6 months until one day my body said, if you eat that piece of fat off that ribeye, I'm going to throw up. That was basically what it felt like. And I was like, okay, I don't know why, so then I went back to like a 75-25 ratio. And I was that way for about 6 months. And now all of a sudden my body's telling me that I need to put a half a pound of butter in a skillet and poach shrimp in it and eat it. I don't know why, but it's what I'm doing right now. And it feels great. And my body's reacting really well to it. So I think the number one thing you can do is learn to listen to those signals to your body and just let it take the wheel, be honest with you.
Well said. Well said. Would love to know your thoughts, Rochelle.
Yeah, I would say if your brain is firing on all cylinders, if your joints are feeling lubricated, if you're not having diarrhea, and I would say if your mood is great and stable, if your energy is stable, I would say these are all great metrics to know if you're getting enough fat or not. For me personally, and I know it can be different for each person and it can be different for men and women. I know for me personally, if I don't get enough fat, I get a little moody. I get a little cranky. So I know that I have to incorporate more fat. I don't need it all the time, but there are times where I'm just like, I just all of a sudden I'm like, I really want some butter. And I just go into the fridge and I take a big old bite out of the butter and then I feel great. And there are other times like Todd where I'm just like, I don't even think I want to cook my eggs in butter. Like the yolks are going to be too much. It's very individual, and it also depends on where you're at in your lifestyle. Are you exercising? Are you under a lot of stress? There are so many different reasons for why you may need more fat or less fat, depending on the season you're in.
Fantastic. Lindy, any thoughts?
Yeah, I restricted fat at the beginning of my journey and I lost a lot of hair. So it's not a good thing to do. I restricted fat because I still had the mentality that fat makes you fat. And I upped my fat and kept losing weight. So that is definitely not true for me anyway. Don't want to lose hair, so I have to keep the fat up. Yeah.
That's one of the worst symptoms of undereating, and also undereating fat or protein. And for butter, you don't have to lean on butter as your only source of fat. I know that I talk about butter a lot. I only use butter because it is so palatable and so convenient. But if you are sensitive to lactose in butter, let's say you're new to carnivore, you do want to get on the higher fat end, you can lean on just suet, beef fat trimmings, also known as suet. You can eat it raw for the best digestion and the least amount of nausea, or you can eat it air fried. Air fry it at 450 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna give away one of my favorite air fryers tonight, so stay tuned. We're gonna do intermittent giveaways if you just joined, but air fry fat and eat it as a snack. There's plenty of ways to make sure you're eating enough fat, but if you don't crave for it, don't force yourself. So a question to everyone, comment it in the live chat or down below. What is your all-time favorite fat, source of fat? Feel free to share. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, hi C, welcome. Best protocol for autoimmune arthritis and diabetes. Let's start with Raymond.
Carnivore diet, instantly. I mean, that comes to mind. You can, once you get carnivore down right, possibly fasting will help even more.
Yeah.
That simple.
That's
so
awesome.
You would say fasting is great for arthritis and diabetes.
They work together actually. So, but again, carnivore diet has to be first. You get nourished, you're able to fast. Don't do the other way around. Don't just start out, oh, I'm going to fast. What we'll do is tend to undereat that way. So first eat plenty of carnivore diet food, and then when the fasting calls you, go for that.
Perfect.
As someone who has chronic osteoarthritis in their neck, I found coming to carnivore and eliminating sugar and sweeteners was the ticket for me. Definitely for me, any sweet really exacerbates the pain, and I don't know why, but it feels like someone's just like banging a gong inside of my bones, and it's just so painful. So I agree with what Raymond's saying. Carnivore and potentially even high fat carnivore would be very, very healing for you to get your blood sugars balanced, to lubricate up those joints, and to get things moving again, and to reduce the overall inflammation. Arthritis ends in itis. Anything that ends in itis means that it's a form of inflammation. So just a little note for you guys.
Wow.
And personal experience, I did get out of my pre-diabetic state. It took about 6 months, and I have seen many clients who are diabetic and arthritic have gotten away of their autoimmune issues from there.
Nice.
All right.
Todd?
I've had a little bit of arthritis in my right knee because I had an orthoscopic knee surgery. And I can tell you for sure that they said I was going to need a knee replacement surgery, and I haven't needed that. But the only time that pain went away, and I forgot how much it hurt. In fact, it's weird when you have long chronic pain, you don't understand how much it hurts until it stops hurting, and then you get it back.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that sucks. And I didn't get it back until I went to Texas, and we went to In-N-Out Burger, and I had a stupid piece of lettuce on a Flying Dutchman.
Ooh.
And that lettuce swelled me up for 3 days. I hobbled around in Texas with a swollen knee because of that stupid piece of lettuce.
I didn't know. Man.
Yeah, so carnivore, by far, I think if I would sometimes wish we had a magic wand and I could wave it for just a second to remember what I felt like 23 months ago. But I bet it was miserable. I bet it was way worse than I was even remembering, because that one leg swelling. So, I don't know a bunch about autoimmune disease or arthritis because I don't have a bunch, but I can tell you that all it took was one trip to getting Flying Dutchman just with the added lettuce in Texas.
Mhm.
And that brought my knee back to a point that it was 3 days of misery just from that piece of lettuce. So I'd have to say carnivore for the win on that for sure.
Was there cheese on your Flying Dutchman?
There was. It could have been that too, I suppose.
They have some bad ingredients in that fake cheese as well, unfortunately. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Very true. Awesome. Let's keep going.
All right, real quick.
Yeah.
I want to do this because we're going to do a drawing pretty soon.
Great.
And so we got to get everybody get ready. So I'm going to put this on the screen. That is hashtag SBG, all capital letters. You have to put that in the comment section. So go ahead and comment that now.
Yay.
And but in order to be eligible, you have to be subscribed to all 5 channels on the screen, which we'll pull that up in just 1 second. But go over there, subscribe, and then comment on whatever channel that you're on. Hashtag SBG, and you have to hit the thumbs up on the video. So give it a like, and then you are entered in. So
Perfect.
I got to remember how to take this off. And which one is the thing with the thing? Oh, I have to take, that's it. I have to get the comment off the screen. Hold on.
While you do that, let me just ask if Lindy, do you mind just putting the clickable links in the live chat, just so it's easier for everybody to quickly subscribe to all of the carnivores here, so that everybody is supported.
That would be
Thank
awesome.
you, everyone, for doing hashtag SBG. Yeah,
There
let's
we go.
see if it works first.
At work?
Let's check. Yeah, I'll just have the live stream viewers here. Let us know if those links are clickable that Lindy just posted. It should be under everybody's channel in the live chat. Click those links. Let us know if it works, if it doesn't, and we'll move on for now. Put hashtag SBG in the chat. I see a lot of it, so we're good to go.
Perfect. Yeah. All right, but you guys got to get on it because there's 352 of you in here, and there's only 59 of you entered so far. So get on it.
Let's go. Okay, Tom. All right, Tom, Nina, and Trilo. Okay, does too much protein have any negative effects? Rochelle?
High protein is like eating high carbohydrate. It definitely is not an ideal process for an extended period of time. So when we overconsume protein, what happens is our body starts to convert that into glucose via the process called gluconeogenesis. basically it's going to elevate your blood sugar. And I've done this and I've actually tested this where if I eat too lean or if I just don't eat any fat, I will skyrocket my blood sugar. I will become hyperglycemic. I've had my blood sugar go up to 160, 170, which for me is more than double what my resting blood sugar would be, like my waking blood sugar. So definitely if you're going to eat high protein, I would say for a short period of time, there might be a reason why you're doing that, but I would say definitely accompany it with fat. Definitely accompany it with fat.
Raymond, any thoughts?
Yeah, thoughts on that. So I totally agree with what Coach Rochelle is saying. The other thing that you can run into is a lot of meat sweats, which that can be good because that's your metabolism going up. But I do want to say, so take a look at rabbit starvation. So eating high protein only can lead to that. So protein goes very well with fat. As a matter of fact, they're very complementary to each other. Fat being the more that you'll need. A lot of people get their high protein. If you watch a bodybuilder's diet by white chicken, these are not tasteful things, by the way, or like protein powders. So really, if you're eating just even lean cattle meat or lamb meat, even the leanest does have a decent amount of fat. Like filet mignon, which is pretty lean, has about 30% of fat, 30% fat on there, which is good enough to escape that rabbit starvation. So just giving you an FYI.
Awesome. Let's keep going.
All right.
Adam's here. Hi, Adam. Wow. Thank you so much. Carnivore Today, also known as Adam, says, hi, beautiful people. Hi. If you eat kangaroo meat on a Tuesday, what are the omega-3 to omega-6 ratios? Oh, yeah. The kangaroo was 4.2 years old, if that helps.
On a Tuesday. Don't forget, on a Tuesday.
I could tell you if it was a Friday, but I'm lost for words right now. So
all I can say is kangaroo is delicious. It's
I
delicious.
want to try it.
Man,
Wow.
I really wanted to try it.
I'm sorry, but I think but Skippy belongs in the bush. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Since Adam talked about the omega-3 to omega-6 ratio, I think too many people to put too much into that. So meaning, hey, just eat the cow that you can afford, eat the lamb that you can afford. Omega-3 and omega-6 ratio, maybe you may want to look that down later and supplement if you need to. But really, let's think about how many omega-6s that we've been having through our vegetation and what we were eating before, processed food. I mean, those things are just trash. So we're doing right just by eating carnivore diet.
For sure.
Perfect.
That's awesome. Thanks so much, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
All right. Let's
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna pop this up one more time. Everybody just subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and enter hashtag all capital SBG to get in here. There's only 75 entries so far out of almost 400. So definitely get into it because after this next comment, we're gonna draw. So
Todd, keep it up. Let me just keep the hashtag up. Let me just reiterate here. So for anyone in this live stream right now, for them to be automatically entered, and you can see that tiny number in gray of the number going up as people put in hashtag SBG, it's an automatic like machine. So you must put hashtag SBG in the live chat. Whoever you're watching on, if it's Todd's channel, put it in his live chat. If it's my channel, put it in the live chat, and then you'll get it entered. So now we're seeing the number climb up. Only if you want to win an air fryer, guys. If you don't worry about it.
for sure. And yeah, and if you're having trouble because you're just putting hashtag SBG, one of the problems might be you have to be subscribed to at least one of the channels, and you have to give the video a thumbs up on the live stream, a thumb up on the channel that you're on. If you subscribe to for every channel that you subscribe, there's 5 channels here that are streaming. For every channel that you subscribe from, you get an extra entry too. So, so the more that you subscribe, the more entries you'll get. But yeah, keep putting that in. And after this next comment, we will spin for an air fryer.
Yay. Let's
All
keep
right.
going.
Oh, we're spinning for the big one. Wow. Let's put it in. Perfect.
For sure.
Why not? Wow, Nav, thank you. Guys, link your Twitters. Bella, I found your Twitter. You don't post, but you should because I learn a lot about carnivore on X. We have an active carnivore community of 20K on X that you can join for free. Wow. That is another
Nice.
platform that I have to worry about. And I'm already kind of like, let me just focus on, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. 4 is already quite a lot. And then Steak and Butter Gang and the Butter Club. So thank you for the encouragement. I'll try my best.
No worries.
But
Nab,
if you
go ahead.
If you can just link Nav, the 20K community that you're talking about, is it something that we all have to like click and join? I'd love to learn more. Go ahead, Todd.
Absolutely. No, Nav, I was going to say, just go ahead and send it to me. Send me the link on, so I'm on X. It's Carnivore Cure, not the Carnivore Cure. So send it to me on X, Nav, at Carnivore Cure. And it's just without the in front of it because of the character restriction, but send it to me. And then I'll make sure that we have it next time and we'll give you a shout out on here next Friday. So definitely go ahead and post it. So
thank you.
That's
Nav.
awesome. Thank you much. All right. We have 121. You guys are slow. You guys got to pick up the pace because we're doing like 13 or 14 drawings tonight. So you got to get it going. So, but anyhow, we're going to go ahead and draw. This one's for the air fryer. So here
Are
we
you
go.
sure? Wait. Let's before we do that. Do we want to just wait a little bit more so it gets to at least 200 and then we'll draw? Or is there like a technique behind this, Todd?
No, not. I'm just trying. There's so many to go through. I'm like, you guys better get on it. So I'm trying.
You know what I suspect? I think a lot of people that enter the live stream and they're watching it a couple minutes lagged. This is what happens when I join live streams is I forget to fast forward to the current in real time.
Okay.
So let's give it a couple minutes for people so they all have a chance. Yeah.
All right. We'll give you some more time.
Great.
Good point. There we go. All right. On to the next one. Let's see. We caught up on that. So this one.
Hi, Angela. So she says, I'm type 2 diabetic and I need to keep my blood sugar low. Can I keep using one pick instead of long-term insulin? Maybe that's a typo. Do we know what she means?
One pick
instead of long-term
insulin. Well,
yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, for long-term for a type 2 diabetic, about your blood sugar being low. So the issue about coming onto carnivore, so it's kind of the only way I can make it sense is normally diabetics are severely malnourished. Okay. So the idea is you're going to have to be able to nourish your body well enough. So that means eating carnivore meals. But the problem that can happen is your blood sugar will raise. So that's where the measurement will be needing to be coming handy because obviously you're on a long-term insulin. So early on, you may need to raise it a little bit. And then later on, when you're actually stable into the carnivore diet, it starts lowering. I can tell you I had a client that I've been coaching for about 6 months now. She started out, she was on insulin. She got rid of her insulin. She was on long-term insulin. She got rid of her insulin, and now her CGR is beeping at her all the time. So she's in the one. She got down to 80, but she averages right about the hundreds right now, which is amazing. So she's almost out of her diabetic.
Yeah. Check it out, Raymond. That's what she meant.
Ozempic instead of pick. Yeah, one pick.
So it was a typo.
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of Ozempic. So she wants to. I keep using Ozempic instead of long-term. Oh. Ooh, no, I'm not going to touch Ozempic. Okay, go ahead, Todd.
You get a shut down.
I wouldn't. Okay, I wouldn't use the one pick. Let's say I wouldn't use the one pick because it has way long-term issues, right? And look, I know that there's some people even in the carnivore world that are starting to mess around with it. In fact, somebody that I follow even said something to me, and I'm not trying to dog anybody, and I'm no doctor, but somebody said, well, it's just a peptide, and anybody that's had collagen peptides taken peptides before. But the fact of the matter is, like, rattlesnake venom is also just peptides and protein. It depends on what the chain of peptide and protein is. And the truth of the matter is that one pick is the Gila monster venom, right? And it causes paralysis in your gut. That's why it slows down, and it has a half-life of like 1 week, which means that it stays in your system for like 5 weeks after even just one dose. So it's ridiculous, and the stuff that it causes. So even if I wasn't doing it for weight and I was just doing it for diabetes, this is just me, and you got to talk to your doctor. And I'm going to say all the things that I think Dr. Phil would smack me upside the head for if I didn't say. But I think you do need to talk to your doctor, but you need to find one that'll help you get off that crap.
That's it.
And then do carnivore, and then wean off of your regular insulin shots, because that one pick crap is yeah. Well, if I got a hard strike for saying the word the other day, so yeah.
I like one pick. I like one pick. We'll start calling it one pick. Thanks for that.
Call it one pick.
One pick.
Yeah. One pick. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. But that's a great answer. And we can actually start this and revisit when Dr. Phil joins us later tonight. So let's leave it. Yeah, for now.
We'll leave that one in there. Okay, here we go. And bam.
Great. Oh, and feel free to share your thoughts on this, those who are in the live stream watching the playback too. Manuel, is it normal to see glucose spike? I test daily and it seems higher. Not that it's going to stop me. I'm just curious. So glucose spike, I wonder if it's top of the morning. What is the phenomenon called again?
The dawn phenomenon. Dawn.
Yes. Thank you, Lindy. Yeah. I wonder when he's testing this, but thoughts, Lindy?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was reading the questions. Is it normal to be? Yeah, dawn phenomenon. Yeah, it does happen early in the morning, obviously. And I think if you have too much protein, it can also spike your glucose levels as well. So adding a little bit more fat to sort of bring it down. But yeah.
I'm going to make you feel better, Manuel, on this. So, okay. We are on the assumption that the glucose spikes, you use that word spike, is the same on carbs that is in protein. And what I've noticed is, obviously you've watched your CGM and, you probably had it before on carbs and all that. But it is how it rises very quickly on carbs and sugar and then drops fairly quickly. That's a spike. With carnivore, the blood level will rise, which we want. It will rise, but more do it in a curvature. So a slow rise, a slow drop. That makes the difference in the world. You can tell because that's your mood. Anybody who's been on carbs can tell that mood roller coaster we've been on, right? Now on carnivore, even though if our blood sugar gets that high, why don't we get that mood fluctuation? Because it's smooth. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of, since you're curious, this gives you a little bit of thinking that this is not a negative thing. It's okay for our blood sugars rise. If you watch Dr. Baker, his blood sugars are right in the hundreds. He's not diabetic, but he's always on the constant go as far as doing hard workouts. So his blood level needs to be pretty high. Todd, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And the fact of the matter is I do like what Dr. Jason Fung talks about with this. And depending on the level of insulin resistant you are, anything you eat, just the act of putting food in your mouth and chewing causes an insulin response. It will cause a blood sugar response and an insulin response. And so it can be a little bit tricky, but for me, I definitely have gluconeogenesis problems, and that just took a while to sort out. The more that you heal your body and the more that you heal your digestion, the more that the protein more protein you can get away with eating at one time that your body will absorb and not turn into glucose. And then that'll keep your glucose from spiking too. So yeah, we would just need more information, but honestly, it's just something that you're going to go through until you heal up, right? But the longer that I do this, the more stable my blood sugar is. And, because also it has to do with stabilizing your blood sugar with ketones and a lot of things. So, yeah, the longer you do it, the better that's going to get, for sure, in my personal experience from doing it. So,
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Keep us posted, Manuel.
thank you. All right. I check every morning. I'm pure diabetic. I didn't see that part before. That's awesome.
Oh, okay. That's why he
Good.
checks. He's pre-diabetic. Well, I used to be pre-diabetic, so just to let you know, I'm no longer that. So that hopefully helps. But I can tell you my latest blood work range, my glucose was at 102. And this is after 7 years carnivore. So it kind of hovers staying right there. But my A1C is like a 5.6. So,
Awesome. All right. All right, guys. A little check-in. We're not to 200 yet. So we're gonna let it get to 200 entries before we draw this one, because this is for the air fryer. So again, you just have to like, subscribe, and then in the comments put hashtag SBG all capital letters, and this entries will start going up. When we get this entries right here to 200, we are gonna hit this draw button, and somebody's there we go. Somebody's gonna win the air fryer. So
I have a question.
yeah.
So as people enter the hashtag SPG, the number goes up, and then we do the rest of the prizes tonight. Do we have to restart for every prize, or it keeps
We
getting
do.
higher? Wow.
Yeah, we do. That's why I was saying. That's why it's like, come on, people, because we got to start cranking these out like every 12 minutes or something. So you guys got to get on the ball because we're giving away some stuff today. So get with the rhythm. All right.
Love it.
I think you can only enter one time per channel. So if you do it twice on, say, Bella's channel, you only get that one entry. But if you do it
Really?
on all 4 channels, is that
Oh, then
right?
that's 4
Yeah.
entries.
Well,
right.
Yeah.
Well, they just have to subscribe. So this algorithm is pretty good. So it'll if they subscribe to all of them, but they comment because of StreamYard links them, it'll give them 4 entries. It'll give them the number of entries that they are subscribed to. So if they're subscribed to every channel, they'll get that many entries. If they're only subscribed to one channel, they'll only get 1 entry. If they're subscribed to 2 channels, they'll get 2 entries. So
There you go.
yeah. So it's a fun little algorithm. As you can see, it's to give stuff away, but also to get you guys to incite the algorithm. So it's all fun, and everybody wins. Free stuff, good information, good time. All right.
Love it. Yay. Oh, we did this.
Oh, we did do this. Sorry.
No worries.
Here we go.
All righty. Welcome, Donna. She says, what can I do about acid reflux? Todd, you have experience with this.
Yeah, I mean, for me, acid reflux was cured just by eating carnivore, and also apple cider vinegar helped my acid reflux the most. So, which is one of the reasons that I craved it. But once I started eating, and you know what else helped quite a bit was when we did the amino acid therapy, my digestion got better when I was doing that too, because one of those amino acids helped digestive enzymes too.
Yeah.
Because most acid reflux is actually a lack of acid that screws around with the, what do they call those, the sphincters or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, the sphincters in the esophagus, and it lets the stuff flow backwards. So we actually need more acid, and that's where the apple cider vinegar and the amino acids actually seem to help that. Yeah.
Love it.
Awesome. Any tips, Raymond?
Well, you could try, which that hasn't worked. You could try, for me, betaine hydrochloride or digestive enzyme before eating the meal, which would enhance the acidity. But the problem is that the question that you need to ask yourself, are you having more of a sphincter issue, just like Todd is? So from what I've read and what I've looked up, the sphincter doesn't close very well, because it's kind of like, a limp flap. So the acid may be enough, but it's not enough to actually seal that flap. So doing that, what you can do if you have that issue is probably look into eating smaller meals throughout the day. That way your digestion can catch up and that can also help. So if apple cider vinegar doesn't help, or the HCl, try just a little bit of smaller meals throughout the day. See if that helps.
I'll make a comment on this. Rendered fat, stay away.
Oh, thank
Cold,
you for that.
solid fat, get close to. That really does make a difference for acid reflux, for nausea, for diarrhea, for a lot of those initial symptoms that a lot of new carnivores kind of struggle with, myself included. Mine really focused on the loose stools. And I did notice a difference when I would eat cold butter as opposed to melted, cooked, rendered out ground beef fat. Okay, great.
Perfect. All right. I'm going to pop this up one more time, guys. We're almost there. We need 11 more entries.
20 more.
So close.
Yay.
So like and subscribe to all the channels, and then type in the chat hashtag capital letters SBG. That number will get to 200. We'll answer another question, then we'll draw.
Amazing. Oh, hi, Blind Carnivore. Welcome. Thank you so much. I have eye condition that causes my cornea to thin, as well as turn into a cone shape. Do you think carnivore would help slow or stop this process? Todd, you should start.
Yeah, by far. By far, it definitely helped me for sure. I can't show it right now because I have this this giveaway thing up, but I have a email from my optometrist actually that all my retinal edema that I'd had since I was 14 years old completely healed in my eyes in 7 months on carnivore. When he was actually checking me out, he said that my eyes actually look like a completely different eye scan. He came because I'd had one 7 months earlier, and he came to me and he asked me, he goes, "Were you here 7 months ago?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "I can't believe that." He goes, "What have you been doing? Because your eyes don't even look like the same scans that we had. Your eyes look like two different eyes because there's absolutely no retinal edema. Your veins and your cornea the cornea walls and your veins in your eyes have thickened, and they are healthy now." And so, yeah, I absolutely think it'll help a ton. And it changes the shape of your cones. I mean, it's crazy. My eyes healed up 3 points on my stigmatism in both eyes in 7 months, and I had to get a new prescription. So for sure.
Wow. I'm going to link my interview with Todd where he talks about this whole journey, including showing the email from his doctor. So let me just link that. While I do that, any thoughts on this, Raymond?
Yeah. So for me, before I went carnivore, I was having problems reading these little SIM cards, tiny little, but that was part of my job, right? Afterwards, I started noticing after carnivore, I started being able to read it clearly. To this day, my wife still gives me stuff, tiny little prints that I'm the one who has to read it. But I happened to do an eye test, I think about a year later. And somehow I ended up with 20/20, which I kept on asking the lady. I was like, "You're sure I have 20/20? Because I've never had that in my life." So somehow it's done something different. So, but I'm not the only one. I've heard other people that has had, just like Todd, eye difference and transformations from that.
Improvements. Rochelle, how about
Yeah,
you?
improvement.
I got my night vision back. I haven't seen a change in my prescription or anything like that, but I really struggled to drive at night, and now I'm able to drive at night without feeling like I'm literally blind at night. So that's been really helpful.
Lindy?
Yeah, I couldn't see anything on the TV at all. All the words looked like a foreign language to me, but now I can watch TV without it. I just need glasses just for the laptop because it's a little bit small, just a little bit fuzzy. I can read, but I strain a little bit. So my eyesight has definitely improved a lot. My daughter has type 1 diabetes, and she's just lost her eyesight. She's completely blind now. I think if you can get to the damage before it gets too far, there's definitely a lot of healing, but her condition was picked up really late and now the damage is done. I don't know what her prognosis has been, but definitely if you've got any floaters or anything, do get it checked out ASAP before it gets too far gone that you could get into that kind of position. So, yeah.
Definitely listen to Lindy on that. Also, check out Dr. Lisa Wiedemann. She's also known as at the Carnivore Doctor. She is an eye doctor herself, and I think a 16-year carnivore now. One of the OGs, the veterans. Her wealth of knowledge on eye science and just eye health improvements is the best. So check her out. All right.
All right. One more time. You guys aren't quite there. We need 10 more. Just 10 more. So like, subscribe, and enter, comment, hashtag SBG, please, and we'll be there.
Yes.
All right. We'll do one more.
Welcome, Carrie. Thank you so much. I keep getting gout anytime my ketones are rising, and I'm getting frustrated. I started allopurinol after 3 rounds of steroids. So I think she wants some thoughts, some pointers here. Raymond?
Wow. I'm sorry, first of all. I know that's very painful, that big toe issue, if that's where you're getting it. But what I can say is go on carnivore where you're eating daily. Don't allow your ketones to rise, because when your ketones rise, then there's a detox pathway that kind of seems to happen. You may need to do that a little bit longer just so you don't have this flare up as often. But whatever you can do, because you did notice that the ketones are related to your gout, and that's okay. Try to keep that lower if you can. And really, if you do a carnivore diet, eating 3 meals a day, you're probably going to hit like 0.4, 0.5 on the ketone meters, and that's not enough to cause any detox reaction. But Rochelle, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I'm suspicious when people get gout and they are on carnivore. So I've heard, and I don't remember what exactly it is, but there's something that blocks the vitamin C receptors in the body, because the body actually makes vitamin C, from what I understand. And so if your body is not able to sufficiently produce the vitamin C, or the receptors are blocked, and I could be dead wrong about the production of vitamin C, so please bear with me. I still have pregnancy brain, mama brain, you know. Then that to me would be an indication that there's just some extra healing that needs to happen in order for the body to be able to fight off the gout infection. So I've heard Rebecca Heichman talk about this, and it might be a case where vitamin C is just too low in the person's body, and maybe they just need to consider having it tested and then maybe supplementing with that. It's not something I would recommend, but it could be helpful in this situation.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to know if you're taking any other medication other than the allopurinol, because so when I used to take furosemide or any of the fluid pills, those cause gout. And so the only gout that I ever had after carnivore was from taking some furosemide. So those also cause it. And then also, allopurinol is for uric acid buildup, and we will get uric acid buildup, especially if you don't have a high functioning lymphatic system, a little bit to help work some of that out, and if you don't have good circulation. And for that, a shake plate really comes in handy, because it helps work out uric acid and lactic acid out of the muscle, so, and get it out of your joints and get stuff moving. So you might try doing that. You might try a shake plate, or looking at, just go Google all your medication that you might be taking. Hopefully you're not. But if you're taking a bunch of medications, go Google them and look at the side effects. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of them says gout is a side effect. So.
Thank you, guys. Are we at 200?
We are at 198. So, for the love of Pete, you stragglers, get in here. So one more time, like, subscribe, and comment hashtag uppercase SBG. 2 more. We're going to sit here. We're not going anywhere until you pop that sucker on the screen, because we only need 2 more, and I'm hitting this button.
And for our new live stream joiners who just entered, this is to win a tasty air fryer. Okay.
Tasty. One more. Last one's good luck.
Yeah. Last one's good luck.
One more, and I'm hitting this button. I'm going to be excited to see what it does, because we haven't done this in over like a year. There we go.
Oh, you've done this before.
Oh
Sweet.
yeah. Let's
There
see
we
what
go.
happens. This is my first time seeing it.
I'm curious.
Whoa.
Oh, look at that. It shows all the names. This is
Let's see what
cool.
it's gonna stop on.
Oh. Oh.
Winner.
Wow, cool.
Barbara Mackey.
Congratulations.
Tasty.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. So, Barbara, what I need you to do is take a screenshot of your. So, open up your YouTube and pull up your YouTube login name on your YouTube channel, and then just screenshot it and email it to. Where should they email it, Bella?
Yeah,
SBG
so-
challenge.
Yes, please. sbgchallenge@gmail.com. We will
Yep.
go ahead and type it out. So it is typed out in the live chat in a couple seconds. If you don't mind, Lindy, dropping that email. So Barbara and all future winners, we're going to keep doing giveaways all of tonight. So if you didn't win the air fryer, there's more prizes coming up. But Barbara, especially, if you want to claim your tasty air fryer, Todd, just reiterate the rules again.
Yeah, so Barbara, just go on your computer or your phone, go to your YouTube account, like your YouTube channel when you sign into your YouTube account, and then it'll show you under your channel, it'll show you your YouTube name. Just take a screenshot of that and email it to us so that we can match it up with this right here to make sure that that's you. And that's your proof of winning there. Kind of your whatever that word is, authentication. And we will send you your air fryer. So email that to Lindy, and then we'll get your address where we're gonna ship it to. But yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations, Barbara.
Awesome.
First winner.
Mhm.
All right, we'll go on to the next one. I feel like did I miss anything? No. All right.
Great.
There we go. Did we get this one yet?
No. Okay,
There we go.
Kathleen. Welcome, Kathleen. Thank you for the question. She says, please discuss how eating a stick of butter a day is beneficial. So first, show of hands here. Raise your hand if you have eaten a stick of butter in a day, ever. Nice. Okay, so it's going to be Todd, Rochelle, and me. We should first chime in on this. I'll start. Benefits for me personally. I brought my period back. Now, was it specifically because I was eating a stick of butter a day? I don't know. It was probably because I was eating a stick of butter plus so much fatty meat, and I didn't restrict. I stopped eating plants. I stopped eating carbs. It was probably a lot of things, but what it was for sure was completely what I ended up feeding my body. Okay. It wasn't anything else. I didn't take any medication. I didn't stop any medication. I just changed what I ate. And I started carnivore eating a stick of butter a day because I was craving for it. And I would say within just 2 to 3 months, after not having my period for 2 years, it came back. Okay, within 2 to 3 months. And that's huge for young women who have wrecked hormones. Another benefit of eating a stick of butter a day, I would say, is skin healing. To this day, I notice a direct correlation. When I eat a lot of fat, my skin is hydrated. When I eat more animal fat, I don't break out. When I eat more animal fat, my skin just glows. So a lot of people keep pestering me saying, please post your skincare and your, skincare routine. It's just eating a lot of fat. Focus on eating a lot of fat. You don't need to do 1 stick of butter a day, but if you have wrecked hormones, I recommend you try it out. Rochelle?
Yeah, this is a really common question that we get in the SPG. I would say for me personally, what I experienced eating a stick, sometimes 4 sticks of butter a day, is I didn't have the sugar cravings anymore. The that voice inside my head that was like constantly nagging at me to eat sugar, to eat carbs and just junk got really quiet when I started nourishing my body and focusing on getting the right nourishment. And there was something so calming about the fat. I found that it helped my mood improve. It helped my nervous system relax. It helped my brain start functioning properly. My joints didn't ache as bad. I didn't have as many issues with digestion. I didn't have a lot of acne or those types of things like breakouts, but I did have a lot of other skin issues like psoriasis, eczema. And I just found like my skin was chronically dry. I don't know if you guys have experienced this where you have those like rough spots on the back of your arms. That also went away. Like my skin is really, really smooth and it's kind of dewy now. And I'm like, I guess it's all the saturated animal fat. I will say one last thing. I'm not as photosensitive, meaning I'm not as sensitive to the sun now. I still can burn, but I'm not anywhere near as sensitive as I used to be. And I think that that's attributed to the saturated animal fats as well.
Amazing. And Todd, any thoughts?
Yeah, I didn't do it for very long, but when I did it, it definitely was more satiating, right? So that was the first thing I noticed is that I would last a lot longer, between meals, and like my mood and my energy would stay up a lot longer. And then I seemed to sleep a lot better too. So that was a big one for me. And I mean, my body craved it for a little while, but I stopped doing it because the casing or whatever it is about butter that doesn't agree with some people was making me retain fluid. So I ended up having to switch to tallow. And that's why I don't do that. Now, I will say this. I hadn't craved butter in 9 months or something. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this last week, I've been eating butter again because I've been wanting butter, poached shrimp, and scallops. I don't know why. I don't crave either one of those things, but I've been eating them for about a week now and loving every bit of it.
So butter poached shrimp and scallops, you melt the butter and you kind of steam the seafood in there?
Yeah, just have them swimming in it and you just boil it in butter. It's not like frying it where it gets, but you kind of steam it. Yeah, and it's delicious, man. I love those. I've had that. I've eaten like 2 pounds of that every night for like the last 4 days. So it's delicious.
And no inflammation?
None, not a bit.
That's awesome. Good.
So
Yeah.
I don't know how or why, but that I don't ask questions anymore. I just let my body do what it does. If it wants butter and a meat product, I don't care. I'm like, all right, well, that's what it gets then. So
yeah, I'd love to comment on that. Thanks for sharing that. But it's very powerful because I see this with a lot of carnivores who just trust the process. I know a lot of carnivores, they come into the community, they get a little bit annoyed and triggered by this phrase, trust the process, because they want concrete expectations. They want to know, okay, how much time do I have to put in to get X, Y, and Z results? And that's okay if you're like that. But trusting the process helps you change your mindset to let me force these goals to happen by this amount of time to let me listen to my body. That's why I love all 4 of these carnivores here is that they live like this. It's just part of their everyday routine. And they know exactly what they need to eat based on how they're feeling, based on signals that their body and brain is telling them. And this is really the ultimate goal that we hope to encourage you guys to end up is to just listen to that body. I love that Todd said he's no longer asking questions. He's just eating whatever he craves, which is great.
Right.
Life is so freeing when you can live that way. Lindy, 100%. Any thoughts?
Yeah, no, I haven't tried the whole stick of butter a day because I just feel unwell if I have too much. I can only eat a little bit of butter and then it just like my body just says no more. I just feel that bit queasy in the stomach. So why push it? If it's not going to go down, I'm not going to force it. So that's why I haven't. And I don't have a gallbladder. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but yeah, I just feel a bit funny in the tummy if I think about it. Yeah.
That's why I wanted you to speak on this is, again, everybody is different. If you don't have a gallbladder, you're most likely not going to be able to eat nearly as much fat as, let's say, Rochelle. So again, go by what your body can tolerate, what your body thrives. And a question to everyone in this live stream right now, you can comment it if you're watching the playback. Do you eat butter? Yes or no? Okay, let's keep going.
All right, real quick. What are we giving away next? You pick, Bella. So we got 2 more $25 gift cards and a whole bunch of SBG memberships. Okay.
So for this next one, let's do 1 gift card generously given away by Todd. Let's have that be the next one.
All right, $25 Amazon gift card coming up, and the same rules apply. You got to like, subscribe, and the new word is ribeye. All capital.
Yes, please.
So, please.
So comment in the chat ribeye, #ribeye, all capital, and make sure that you're subscribed and that you give the video a thumbs up. If you already gave the video a thumbs up and you're already subscribed, you don't have to do it again, but you
Gotcha.
just have to enter ribeye. That only has to be done once.
I think it
All
was
right.
the hashtag. Look how fast it's going.
Yep. There we go.
Oh, yeah, because people like this word more. Okay.
There we go.
We're learning.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just clap.
Yeah, we're already at 70.
Oh my gosh.
Much-
So I
Much
have a
better.
question for this one, Todd. If
Yep.
somebody entered the hashtag SBG at the beginning, can they enter again?
Yeah, yep. They can enter as many
Okay.
times as they want. Yep. So just just keep putting hashtag and whatever the new word is, as long as you have given the video a thumbs up and are subscribed, and also know that if you are subscribed on for every channel that you're subscribed on, whether it be Bella's, Raymond's, mine, Lindy's, Rochelle's, that'll get you an
Yeah.
extra entry on the wheel. So there we
Can
go.
I say something real quick? I just want to give a shout out to Todd. He's always thinking of ideas to community build. He's always thinking of ideas to like improve the live stream experience for you guys and also for us as a team. So this whole giveaway, as you can tell today, I have no experience, and Todd is the one that brought it to me, introduced it, and is currently hosting it. So we're very passionate about community building. Right. And yes, let's just give a round of applause to Todd because he rocks. He's so good at
Appreciate
this.
it. Thank you so much.
Live stream expert.
Great idea.
But you guys have
Monday.
feedback, on how to improve the live stream experience for you, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are big live stream fans. If you see any ideas or things that other creators and YouTubers are implementing that you'd love to see here in the Carnivore community as well, let us know. In the live chat, we will take note of feedback. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thanks so much. Here we go.
Great.
Nav. Nav is now our number one fan, I think. He's our
Right.
super fan.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Nav. Thank you. Okay, so he says Nav is he or she? He.
I think it's he, yeah.
Good
I
question.
think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, Nav, if we addressed you wrong, but I think you're he. Guys, help. I'm almost done with my local grass-fed butter, but they're out of stock. Any recommendations where I can get grass-fed, grass-finished butter as soon as possible? Vital Farms brand didn't suit me well. Okay. Grass-fed, grass-finished butter. Kerrygold, I doubt is grass-fed, grass-finished. What else is grass-fed, grass-finished?
Isn't
Feel
that
free to
like
just shout it out.
Was. I
the
thought Kerrygold
Costco
was.
brand or something?
Yeah, Kirkland, I
True-
think. is.
truly. Yeah, Kirkland brand, green colored packaging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is. But you do need a Costco membership for that. Any everyday grocery store brands.
I would Google it,
Man.
see if there's a raw dairy farm near you and you can make your own damn butter.
Yeah, do the
It's
real
way
milk.
better.
Realmilk.com.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bella?
here, Elspeth. What up? Am I
Truly
frozen?
grass-fed.
Truly grass
You're
fed.
frozen.
No worries.
Yeah.
I will move to a better Wi-Fi
No worries.
location. But
Oh,
keep
yeah,
going.
she said truly grass fed. I got you. Well, and then also, I don't know where you're at, but if you have any farmers markets in the area, all the Hooterites and the local farms usually sell butter in those. And those farmer markets are usually full of grass fed because that's why they're doing that. They're doing regenerative and usually grass fed farming and ranching. So they're a great source if you just go to the farmers markets if you have one available. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna shout this out one more time. #ribeye. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and do the #ribeye, all cap letters. We only need about 36 more people to enter, and we will spin the wheel for a $25 Amazon gift card.
Nice. Am I back?
Yep, you are back. And
Great. Thank you. Let's keep going.
all right, let's go back up here now. There we go.
Ooh, Alexander Family Farm. Yes, that's another great brand. Nav, Meditation in Motion, put that in the live chat. I like that brand. Okay, Rebecca, welcome. I have no thyroid gland, which means no metabolism. My weight loss has been slow. Any suggestions to progress quicker, Rochelle?
Ooh, I think I need to clarify this because the metabolism is the sum of all metabolic functions in the body. If you don't have a thyroid gland, I would be curious if you're on supplements, like are you taking desiccated pig thyroid or any supplements to support your thyroid? Are you taking or using iodine? Weight loss is often slow, and I think with carnivore, people come to it because they want the quick results. They want to see that 100 pounds gone now by yesteryear, and it's like sometimes we have to just be really patient with our body. Our body is going to triage the most important things that need to be healed before it's going to prioritize weight loss. For some people, they experience weight loss right away. For other people, it can take 2.5, 3, 4 years for their weight to start coming off. It really depends on the damage that's happened in your body. And if you've had your thyroid removed, it just may be one further, I don't want to call it this, but obstacle in overcoming or reaching that weight loss goal in a time that you would like to see it. So I think that's the other thing we need to remember is that our healing isn't linear. Weight loss is not linear. Our body is not going to adhere to some goal that we set for it. I mean, we can force it to, but are the results going to be sustainable? Is that going to come at the cost of something else, like our mental health, our well-being, our mood, our sense of community, our sense of worth? There are so many other ways to measure our success with this way of eating other than weight loss. But I understand if that's your goal. I think vitamin P, being very patient with yourself and being very patient and give yourself some grace. You're doing all of the right things and just give your body time. Give it time to heal. It will come off.
Beautifully said. Thank you for that, Rochelle.
You're
Raymond,
welcome.
any thoughts?
Yeah, so the thought is yes, first of all, definitely patience. And I don't recommend you pushing for weight loss. Just allow the body to gradually go there. One thing I can tell you for no thyroid, probably any fasting would probably not be a good idea. So making sure that you're eating 3 square meals a day, carnivore food, eventually you're going to feel the benefits that's going to come. And once you feel the healing, then the weight loss may come from that. But we're talking a while from now. So be patient and observe the NSVs, non-scale victories that you've had along the way. So it may not show up as weight loss, but it may show up in other forms, better skin, better mental clarity, all of those, and write them down so that you can say, oh, you know what? I'm doing carnivore just for that because I'm not getting weight loss, but you're doing it because you are feeling better.
Amazing. Let me check in on Todd and Lindy. Did you guys want to give any pointers, encouragement?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it would be definitely trying the iodine again, but just knowing that, just like the coaches said, carnivore builds lean tissue too. So it's a slower process. It's a healing diet that comes with weight loss. It's not a weight loss diet that comes with healing,
Yeah, I'm hypothyroid. I'm on some medication for that. I need to be. So yeah, if you need to take it, you need to take it. There's not much you can do about it. So yeah,
No shame.
they do say if you don't low thyroid, you can slow your weight loss down. So it's just something to be mindful of.
I want to make an interesting point. So isn't it, I think these desiccated thyroid, like what you're having, Lindy, aren't they from an organ of like a pig?
The desiccated ones are, if you can get them, they don't like them here in Australia. So I have to have the synthetic. I've asked my doctor and she just told me pigs are dirty and, the government doesn't like you having it. So I haven't been able to get a hold of any desiccated. So
with the animal sourced one, it's called Armor in the States, right? Yeah. And
correct,
then got it. And then the one that you're taking is called levothyroxine?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, just so Rebecca knows the names. Okay. Keep us posted, Rebecca. Thank you for the question.
All right. Thanks so much. And we're so close. We're almost there. You guys are doing way better this time. So one more time,
Very fast.
subscribe to all the channels and hashtag ribeye capital letters, and that'll get you in the drawing that we're going to do at 200.
And the prize is
a $25 Amazon gift card coming
phenomenal. Great. Okay. A binder 3. Thank you very much. I find it hard to eat steak because of my teeth. Will I get just as much benefit from ground beef hamburger patties 80/20? I see a thumbs up from you, Raymond. I'm guessing that's a yes.
Absolutely. And I can give you a great example. We've got, gosh, I don't know what he goes by anymore. We've had a member that went just bacon and patties the whole time, never touched a ribeye, and he had phenomenal results. Also, Brett Lloyd. I don't know.
Brett Lloyd. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Thankful Carnivore. Thankful Carnivore.
I think he changed it.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So,
what was the reason for Brett to do that?
Because he didn't have money. He couldn't afford anything else.
Got it.
And so he wanted it as simple as possible. He get this big tubes in Sam's, and because they were very cheap, so he cut it up in little little burger patties, and then he'd buy a bacon with it, and that's all he ate.
Okay.
So it worked.
So for this account, A Binder, he says he finds it hard to eat steak because of his teeth. So maybe we can share some ideas that he can enjoy carnivore, not just leaning on only ground beef hamburger patties. For me, bone broth, well, that's not very nutrient dense. It's just liquid. Eggs, egg pudding, that would be wonderful because you can just slurp that down. You don't even have to chew. Todd, any ideas?
Yeah, well, I mean, I deal with this with my mom because she has bad, she's got false teeth, and her false teeth aren't good at chewing meat. And I fight a real uphill battle with her because she doesn't want any meat that's red at all because she thinks it's blood. So that she wants everything decimated, which makes it harder to chew. And so because of that, I make her a lot of stuff in the crock pot. Because slow cook chuck roast and slow cook meat. So just chop it up real small and then slow cook it. And then it's super tender. And I got to admit, it's really, especially for the wintertime, it's fantastic because it makes such a good broth and you get all the fat with it. And, you add a little apple cider vinegar or some, some collagen or some xanthan gum or whatever you want. And you can make a gravy out of it too. And then she gets more fat in. So that works really well for her, but then also eggs. And then she can do bacon, but I have to make it so crispy that it kind of breaks off, when she, how when you get the bacon so crispy, it kind of cracks. So that's how she likes her bacon. So that's how I deal with hers. How
about you, Lindy? Any ideas?
Yeah, I do a lot of slow cooked meats in my slow cooker, and I add a lot of liquid, so it becomes really pull apart. That's very soft and tender to eat. So doing it that way, and I find I'm lucky enough to have got a smoker for my birthday, and the smoked meat is also very tender to eat. Yeah, so I think just preparing the meat in different ways will give you some more options. But amazing. Smoking and slow cooking.
Great. And Rochelle, our expert.
Yeah, I would say slow cooking is definitely the route to go. You could cut that steak up in really teeny tiny pieces if you really want to eat the steak, but maybe it's like cutting really thin slices, kind of like how they cut brisket, but brisket would be another really good one, which it's usually really tender because it's super duper fatty. Bella has a fantastic recipe for an egg drop meatball soup that would probably knock your socks off and give you some variety. I don't know if you live in a cold climate, but I don't even live in a cold climate, and I love that soup. I would say, yeah, like any sort of like soup or broth. If you can handle dairy, then dairy is a really soft one. I really like not deli meats, but like softer, like pepperonis and stuff like that. Things you still have to chew them, but they're not as tough to chew as a steak. And it might just be how you're preparing it. I'm not sure. There are some great ways to do it. Sous vide would be another one. Sous videing your meat, that can help meat be very, very, very tender as well.
Nice. Yeah, thank you for bringing up the egg drop soup. I forgot about that one, but it's very, very good for when you're sick or you can't really chew, recovering from surgery. We have a lot of members who lean on that, and the egg pudding. Todd, Lindy, all of you guys, do you want me to link my recipe playlist under your channels as well, or do you want to just do it under mine? Because I was just going to share that.
You can share
Because
it
you
on
know
all
how I can
channels.
do all
Yeah.
or okay. Bella's recipes. I'll just do that for anyone who's new to the community. Okay, shall we do our giveaway now? You're muted, Todd.
We are. We're at 204
Yay.
Awesome. Perfect timing.
Great
All right.
job. Let's do
Okay,
it.
let's win.
for the $25 Amazon gift card. Here we go.
Yes. This is awesome.
This is kind of cool.
I love that it slows down the suspense.
It's like
Whoa.
right.
Yay.
There you
There
go.
you
Awesome.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Sherry. Please take a screenshot of your YouTube handle in the YouTube app and email that to,
sbgchallenge@gmail.com.
and we will send you it'll just be an e-gift card. So you'll get it probably tomorrow or the next day in your email, and you can spend it right from there. So awesome.
Wow. So fun. Stay tuned. We're going to do a lot of prizes tonight. So stick with us if you can, if you don't need to go to bed yet. Right.
For sure. And then
Speaking of going to bed, I'm like, I have to part my ways this evening, but it's been so much fun. I love you guys, and thank you
were awesome,
for letting me be a part
Rochelle.
of
So
this.
glad you were here. Definitely,
Love you,
Rochelle.
So
Shay.
much. Thank you.
Love you.
Bye.
thank you.
Okay.
I'll wait
Bye.
until Phil comes in, and then I'll split myself. So
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. There we go.
808 Bear, welcome. When I read the label of bacon, it claims only 85% bacon, yet I cannot see where the 15% to make up to 100% is.
water.
I don't understand. 85% what? Is it like a protein to fat split?
No, well, it might be. And
I've
they're trying
not
to figure
seen
out what
this.
percent is. Yeah, it just depends on the label.
I don't eat bacon, so I don't know how it's usually labeled. Yeah, I'm not sure. 85-15. It sounds like it's kind of like ground beef, right? 80-20, 85-15 maybe?
It usually has a nutrition label, and then it's got the percentage. So
Let's just have the live stream community here answer this. If anybody knows or can help 808 Bear with this question, he wants to know what the rest of the 15% is when it claims to be 85% bacon. Yeah.
let us know the brand too. That might help.
Yeah, let us know the brand.
Hmm.
Let's keep going. Welcome, Cobra. I'm 16 months carnivore, no weight loss. Hair started falling at 11 months and will not stop. I've upped my protein and fat. I only eat beef, fat, and water. That's a great first step, upping your protein and your fat. Good job. Only eating beef, fat, and water, though, I am a little bit concerned. Raymond can touch on this, on exactly why. It's hard to eat enough when you're only eating beef, fat, and water. Raymond has seen it with thousands of, clients and members. When you do lion diet, when you do beef only, when you do ribeye only, it's just going to be too much restriction to truly eat plenty. So I wonder if beef, fat, and water is the best first step to getting the hair loss to reverse. What else? That's all I have to say. How about you, Raymond?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It seems like you're under eating. I mean, that's usually the sign. Oh, Phil, we were just talking.
Hey.
about
Dr. Phil.
waiting
Or
for you
Phil.
to tag us in. Yes.
How are you?
Good.
Awesome.
Sorry to be
Welcome.
joining late. You all having a good night?
A great night. We're giving away prizes tonight. It's a fun time today.
Oh,
But welcome.
what are the prizes?
Well, let me recap. We already gave away a tasty air fryer. Todd just now gave away a $25 Amazon gift card. We have yet to give
Wow.
away quite a few more, including SBG memberships.
Oh, great. Hey,
Yep.
air fryer is a pretty big deal at Christmas time.
Yes, it's the
Yes.
holidays. Yep. But anyways, I cut you off. Go ahead, Raymond.
Oh no, I was just saying definitely under eating. That's what it's looking like. And it just like Bella said, it's very hard to eat enough on a Lion diet because you just are constantly full. You don't want to eat. It's so easy to get into that trap of one meal a day. And what I can say is one of the best ways to, if you're going to keep doing that diet, which is okay, but try to contemplate doing at least 3 meals a day. And that can help up it, and that can help get that hair back on. Or if you can veer off with other carnivore foods to increase the appetite, that'd be great.
Yeah, good point. Not only should you maybe introduce some more meats, so you're eating plenty, maybe up the frequency that you eat per day. So let's say you're starting at OMADs, 1 meal a day. Try doing 2 meals a day to get the hair growth coming back. Okay, keep us posted.
That's awesome. All right, I'll put this up here. No,
Oh my God, it's going to take a while.
I know you're gonna have to be on your game for this one, but they're gonna get tricky. We got you broken on the short ones. So this one, like, subscribe, and comment. Vegans taste great. All capital letters, please. And then this is gonna be for another $25 Amazon gift card.
Wow.
Ooh.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
No offense to any vegans here.
No, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. That was my second guess. I was gonna say vegans smell funny, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to cause any hate.
The vegans we're talking about is our beef.
Cattle.
Cattle.
Yeah. Cattle, lamb, that's the vegans we're talking
Good one. Todd, does it have to be all caps or it doesn't matter?
It does have to be all caps. I can change it, but I just thought I'd make it simple.
all
And-
caps.
All
Yeah.
caps, guys.
There we go. Because what happened last time is if I say all lowercase, people don't understand. A lot of times the first letter that comes off their keyboard is capitalized, and then it hoses them. So it's better to make it all capital so that it makes them hit the button. So that it's kind of a
Right.
dumb thing, but so
You know best. It's not hashtag vegan. It's hashtag vegans taste great. So make sure you type it out, okay? Plural
Yeah.
vegans taste great. I just want to make sure everybody gets entered correctly.
one more time.
Great.
Yeah. It's definitely slowing down. All right, I'll do better on the next one. No worries.
Way growing again, so banned.
Yeah. All right. Miriam, welcome. Should one be concerned if one's appetite becomes just naturally OMAD or 2MAD? Does one need to cram in all of your protein needs in those 1 or 2 meals? What if you just can't eat that much? I'll just answer right off the bat. If you just can't eat that much, when you limit it down to OMAD or 2MAD, you have to weigh your priorities here. Do you want to continue, no matter what, to eat 2 meals a day and 1 meal a day, or do you want to prioritize eating enough, maintaining that high metabolism, keeping hormones happy? If you find that you just can't eat enough when you cut down on the meals, I personally would err on the side of let's just eat 3 meals a day to just make sure I'm eating enough. Of course, there's the other aspect where Raymond can touch on. Let's say you're fully nourished or fully primed. Your body is good to go. Feel free to fluctuate, cut down the meals, maybe do some fasts, but only if you're certain that you're fully nourished. Raymond?
Right. Totally agree with Bella on this. And to think if you go on OMADs, just because you can't do any more, just do maybe a 5 series of 1 meal a days, and then go back to like a 2MAD or a 3MAD refeed. So you're always playing with a certain sequence. We teach this in the Steak and Butter Gang to keep the body guessing. And it's a very handy way to do it. What we want is to make sure we are fully nourished the whole way, though. And the only way to learn that is to be able to listen to your body. So we like to use a priming method to actually be able to do that. And then eventually you get into the fasting portion and you're like pretty sure that you're not malnourished at any point in time because none of it's forced. And I love how you're just like, hey, I used to do 3 meals, but now I'm like stuck on the 1 meal or 2 meals. But even then, be aware.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just some awareness is great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, let's keep going.
All right.
Sophia, welcome. So, do you all have a keto doctor? If you have a regular doctor, are they ever concerned with lab results? I don't have a keto doctor. Do you, Raymond?
I have a normal PCP, primary care doctor, and
Okay.
I did let my. I was so surprised when I let her. When I let them know, I deal with a nurse. When I let her know, she's like, "Oh, I heard about this diet." I was like, "Okay, well, great." She's like, "Oh yeah, your cholesterol's probably high. My cholesterol's not." They looked at my numbers. They're
Hmm.
like, I mean, it is high. Like it's 216 for total cholesterol. LDL is 160, but to them that they don't even consider that high for somebody on a keto or carnivore diet. So I think we're making enough noise that doctors are more accepting of this.
Awesome. And
At
Todd, how
least
about
where
you?
I'm
Do you
at.
have a keto doctor?
You
Yeah.
know, I don't, but I kind of did in a way. So I was thinking when I was keto, this reminded me of that when he said keto. When I was keto, I did find a doctor here in Bozeman uh, named Michael Lang, and he actually studied under Jason Fung. And so
Mm,
but the problem is he's only a hormone doctor. So he was the one that prescribed
mm.
me TRT. And then I ended up getting off TRT when I found out that you can become dependent on it. So so I haven't went back, but I was thinking, seeing as how he can order blood tests, I think I might go back to him when I want to get some blood tests done, because at least he's on board with the keto lifestyle and lower, he understands insulin resistance and the carnivore keto type lifestyle. So I think I probably will do that again, actually.
Awesome. And then Phil, do you have a keto doctor?
No, I have to explain to my doctors, just like many of you, how carnivore works, how keto works. Um, they get a little concerned about the high LDL cholesterol, and try to reassure them about that. And most of them they see my commitment now, so they're backing off and not too worried about it. Plus, they saw all the weight I lost and the fact that I've got rid of my metabolic syndrome, and they're very happy because very few people are able to do that.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you for the question, Sophia. Let's keep going.
All right, real quick, I'm going to pump this up here one more time because this one's going a little slower. At least I know not to make the hashtag so long next time. My dang sense of humor got the best of me. But so if you guys like, subscribe, and put hashtag vegans taste great, all uppercase letters. We are, as soon as we get to 200 entries, which is right here, we're at 133. As soon as we get to 200, we'll draw for a $25 Amazon gift card. So there we go.
Awesome.
Some people right on. And this guy, he's making me laugh already in this comment.
Okay. Hi, yes. After 11 months, I am so hungry every day. Over 500 ribeyes. I am bankrupted financially. Have to get help. Who can help on a strict budget? Man.
So, man, I
Yeah.
just went down. They were having. I've been finding this more and more, but I found the primal ribeyes. If you watch the primal ribeyes and the primal strip loin roast, I just found them for $9 a pound on sale, and I bought 4 of them. Which are 22 pounds a piece. Because I mean, I don't know where you live, but I think that's like the best price I've found around here. But they do have sales on them, and then I go buy those. But also, I've been making a lot of so I went and bought it's like an $89 meat grinder, and I just been buying brisket when it's on sale, and then you can make your own fresh ground beef that tastes way better than the store-bought stuff that's pre-ground, and you can grind your own ground beef, and it's like, I mean, $3.49 a pound to $4.20 a pound,
Yeah.
which is great.
How much did the meat grinder cost?
It was like $89. Like, it was super cheap.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought it would be hundreds. Awesome. Yeah. Great tips. Raymond, how do you keep a carnivore diet budget friendly?
Yeah. So first of all, on the carnivore diet, for me, the issue was I started going overzealous. You know, I wanted regenerative meats. I wanted only the best cuts. You know, I was doing it to myself, you know, and when I realized, dang, you know, and like lately, I've been wanting burger patties. Those are cheap from Costco, and eggs. Eggs are cheap, you know.
Yep.
But I do get it. I do get my eggs from a farm, so they're a little pricier. But there are ways to get it down. Like, we don't have to be so picky on getting it right if we don't have the money to do it. And I love how you have all your recipes for on a budget on your YouTube. You know, so there's plenty of YouTubes to go, Bella, but going by your YouTube for those that can help for little tricks too. One of the things one more thing I want to say is it's interesting how I literally have friends like that do this. Okay, they'll have a Starbucks coffee in the morning, lunch, and in the evening time, and it costs like $10 per.
Yeah. Nowadays,
That's $30. That's $30 in that whole day. And I'm like thinking to myself, okay, if I look at it that way, and that's not without a meal. So I'm like, if you can afford that, and they always complain that they're poor. And I'm like, if you can afford that, and some of them actually smoke. So I'm like, guys, it's just our priorities are a little shifted. You know, let's look at the carnivore way of eating, but look at it on a cheap side. We can do it. It can be cheaper than a Starbucks and a coffee. I mean, and a cigarette. Coffee and a cigarette. See what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Good perspective there. I have some concrete tips to help. Yes, to save money, look for outlet grocery shops. Outlet grocery shops. Maybe do a Google search. Since moving here to Las Vegas, I've noticed, because I just posted a grocery haul, my carnivore staples, and I wanted to feature a variety of grocery stores. And I noticed that there's a lot of grocery outlet stores where you can find the lowest prices on meat I've ever seen. So look for outlets and butter. Okay. Fat. Pure fat is so cheap that will get you full, like so full. If you really want to utilize like the most nutrient dense filling food at the cheapest price, I would really leverage fat on your diet for now until you can recover from your hurt. Any other tips? Phil, Lindy, at all?
Yeah, I today I bought some pork butt for $1.99 a pound. I mean, I'm going to be making some pulled pork tomorrow. I mean, I just don't know how you can get cheaper protein than that. So I like to do big cuts of meat, and they last multiple days. I like picante,
So good.
pork butt, pork belly, and I'll make very large amounts. You buy bulk, even chuck roast and chuck steaks are very inexpensive. And I find it cheaper to buy your own ground beef and make your own hamburgers and not pay for the preformed hamburger patties whenever you can.
Nice.
So there's a lot of things you can do to keep it on a budget. So, and I post how I make things on the Steak and Butter Gang site all the time. It looks like a lot of people try them. And, you know, there's certain things that are a treat once in a while. Like right now, Costco has been running a sale on New York strip steaks. So I'll get a package of strip steaks, and then a package of I'll buy the choice ribeyes instead of the prime, which will be about $15.99. And I still like my ribeyes. I just don't eat them every day anymore.
Great tips, Phil. Lindy, any tips you want to add?
Yeah, I find meat's very satiating, so I don't need to eat 3 meals a day. I don't want to. So I'm intermittent fasting most of the time anyway. So 1 meal a day is not going to be terribly expensive. And then if I do want something at night time, I'll just have a few little eggs, like my little egg colada drink. And that gives me some nourishment without having the heavy feeling. And that is really cheap to do as well. Just 2 or 3 eggs and a bit of butter, tallow, water, boots it all up. But you can have it hot or cold. It's really nice. So very cheap.
Thank you, guys. Then I'll pass it off to everyone in this live stream and watching the playback. How do you keep your carnivore diet budget friendly? Feel free to share your tips in the comment sections. Thank you. How are we doing?
One more time. We're almost there. We need 47 more. If you guys can go and hit if you've already hit thumbs up and you've already subscribed, all you got to do is hit hashtag vegans taste great. Put that in the comments and we'll be there in another 47 of you.
Perfect.
All right. I'm going to drop off. Thank you for tagging in, Bill.
Thank you so much, Raymond. You rock.
I enjoyed it tonight. Yes.
Thanks, Raymond.
Enjoyed all of your
Yes.
answers.
Yes,
Have a beautiful
tomorrow.
night.
Have
Yeah.
a
See
good
you
night,
soon.
Raymond.
Bye.
Tomorrow.
Good night.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
All right.
Awesome. Let's keep going. Okay, Herschel, welcome. How do you guys feel about sour cream? Do you eat it? I would prefer kefir over sour cream. Lindy, how about you?
I don't have sour cream. I don't do dairy very well. I get a lot of inflammation, so I stay away.
I wish I
Todd?
could eat sour cream, but it inflames me. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't eat it, but that is my favorite dairy. I would eat my body weight in sour cream if I could, because I love sour cream, and especially sour cream and horseradish on beef. But I pretty much only allow myself to have that a couple of times a year when I go through a little kick. But that stuff's delicious, and I love it. But it does not like me, so I cannot have it.
Man, it's a treat for sure. And it's the holiday season. So if you guys want to try out a great dip, I saw Todd make it in front of me at a restaurant. It's sour cream and horseradish, just mix it together, right?
50-50, and it's still, well, as hot as you want it. Keep adding it until it gets as hot as you want, but it is delicious on beef for sure. I miss it. I so miss it. It's the only one.
All right. Okay. Explain high fat carnivore. I'll quickly explain. High fat. So carnivore diet is already, like you guys would say, it's naturally high fat already, no matter what you eat, unless you're eating just chicken breast. That's not high fat. But if you're eating some type of fatty beef, that's already pretty high fat. But I would say if you specifically state that, oh, I'm high fat carnivore rather than just carnivore, you're probably eating extra fat alongside your fatty meat meals. I'm not going to go into details because I personally don't like to talk about exactly how much to measure, grams, macros. We touched on it in the beginning of this live stream, so watch the beginning part. But high fat is just adding extra fat to your already meaty, fatty meals.
Perfect.
Great. John, welcome. Okay, so I take metformin and Trulicity plus other meds. Doctor dropped metformin in half, but changed nothing else. I have been stronger since September and lost 40 pounds, but I have diarrhea the whole time. Phil, do you have any thoughts on this?
I'm glad to hear that your metformin's been cut. I'm not sure what is giving you diarrhea all the time. It could be the fat. You may need to decrease it a little bit, but I guess I wonder what the plan is on Trulicity, how long they're planning to be on that. I would hope not very long.
We can circle back to you, John, if you can give us some more details. Taylor, welcome. I went carnivore for a month and felt great. Then on week 4, I felt like I had really low blood sugar for days, very faint, fatigued, had to add back carbs for days. Any thoughts? Todd, you want to tackle this?
Yeah, for sure. I went through that a lot with my mom. And my mom was hypoglycemic, and I don't know if you can heal from that or not. She hasn't had problems with it lately on carnivore, but she was for forever, and she would always fix that with juice. That was always her go-to, was like go get a orange juice or whatever out of the fridge. And then when we started doing keto and then carnivore, I think I actually watched Dr. Berg video because this is when we were keto. But what got her through it was we just substituted cheese for the juice. And so she would have a cheese stick. and it would take longer, but her blood sugar would come back up. And sure enough, after about 3 weeks of doing that, and her becoming more fat adapt and her blood seemingly regulating, I guess, by ketones is what I think Dr. Berg said. She just hasn't had a problem with it since, and now she's able to regulate low blood sugar with just a cheese stick now. So that's what she does.
And there are some carbs in cheese, so that kind of makes sense. So you're still eating a little bit of carbs, but it's animal-based carbs. So maybe you can also leverage other types of dairy, yogurt, milk could maybe even help you, Taylor. Yeah, dairy is good. Let's keep going.
Alrighty, let's see. I'm going to show this one more time. We're so close. 39 more. 39 more and we're there. So hashtag vegans taste great. And then we'll draw for a $25 Amazon gift card. All right.
Amazing. Lisa, welcome. What is the name of Rochelle's YouTube channel? It is called Real Life Carnivore, all one word. So if you search that Real Life Carnivore, you should be able to find Rochelle's channel. It's also linked below in the description box under my video, this live stream.
Absolutely.
Yep. Hi, Angela. She says, I'm type 2 and doing carnivore for 2 months, but still need something to control sugar. Which of two evils, one pick or insulin long term? Okay, so it's typed out, but we heard from Todd that it's best to say one pick. So, Phil, if you don't mind tackling this one.
Yeah, I would really avoid the GLP-1 inhibitors, Trulicity, Ozempic, all of these drugs cause a lot of potential problems with gastric emptying and other long-term issues. If you look at the warnings on these drugs, they're quite lengthy, and there are people that have had life-threatening issues from them. The problem with long-term insulin is that it's going to be a little harder to get off of it. So with type 2 diabetes, most type 2 diabetics can get their blood sugars normalized by tackling their insulin resistance through some very aggressive feasting and fasting. Blood sugar, insulin is released every time you eat. And if you can cut down your meals and do some prolonged fasting, you can improve your ketosis and move your body into fat adaptation and ultimately start cutting down on the blood sugars. And most people will have euglycemia, which means normal blood sugars, by doing that. And I'm not surprised it's taking 2 months and you're not moving it, but I would like to know what your blood sugars are. So if you want to post that, Angela, tonight, maybe we can circle back to you. Great. But I would hold off as long as you can. But by 4 months, if you do 2 months, I would really encourage you, if you're not a member at Steak and Butter Gang, to join the 30-day challenge and do level 1 and level 2. And level 2 is great for breaking metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes. And it's a really structured program. We can offer you a lot of help there.
Fantastic. Thank you, Phil. Let's keep going. All right. Oh, I think we already did this.
Oh, shoot.
All right. Hi, Nancy. Are there any folks in the SBG who have Alzheimer's or cognitive impairment? Anyone in the gang improve these conditions?
We actually have a member who has a spouse that has cognitive decline, that they've been feeding their spouse carnivore and they've seen improvement. But we don't have any active members that I know of. But I think all of us intuitively see that we have less brain fog, less memory decline on carnivore than we do on standard American diet. And that's probably one of the biggest benefits of it. And when you think about the inflammation that we get from eating the standard American diet. It would make sense that we would slow progression to Alzheimer's and cognitive impairment eating a high-fat carnivore diet, because we're providing the proper nutrients for the brain, which is mainly fat and protein, and we're reducing inflammation. So not getting enough of the essential fats and having inflammation in your brain are two risk factors for Alzheimer's. And a lot of people think that, oh, it's genetic, it's in my family, and I'm going to get it. And that's really not true. You may have a genetic predisposition, but you don't have a genetic determination that it's going to definitely happen. So you want to do everything you can, walking, low inflammatory diet, and high-fat carnivore fits all the criteria for that.
So I actually remembered one of the names, Alan. Do you guys remember Alan when he was very active with us? Yeah, Alan Bennett. I think he's like 85. He has cerebral palsy. Okay. And just seeing him come to the meetings, be so active, he would always be so happy and chime in the chat, unmute, share his updates. We saw improvement and we saw him, taking advantage of the community. So he had cerebral palsy. We also had another member with that as well. And we saw his improvement with talking. When he first joined us, he couldn't say a full sentence without pausing and stuttering. And over time, he actually was able to say full sentences. Yeah. So those are two members that I definitely know for sure. I think there's an echo. Is it just me?
Yeah,
There
I can
is a
hear it.
small echo. I don't know where
Yeah.
it's coming from, though.
Okay. Let me just try something real quick. Okay. Can you think of any, Todd and Lindy? The echo's gone, actually. I just muted Phil.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, the echo's gone. I mean, my mom's got dementia, and it's gotten a lot better. I don't know if that's under the same scope of Alzheimer's or not, but she's got dementia, and that's gotten a lot better for sure. So
That's great. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, keep us posted, Nancy.
All right, I'm going to give a little update. We're so close. Just 28 more. So
We're learning from this one, Todd.
we are. Get us to 180, and we'll draw this one. And because of that, I feel bad. I'll make it a shorter hashtag next time. Then we'll do another $25 Amazon gift card. But
Perfect.
So hashtag vegans taste great in the comments. All right.
Nice.
Right. Let's see here. Where was I? Oh, here we go.
All right, Cobra, how do I get one-on-one coaching? Many options here. You can email me, sbgchallenge@gmail.com, and we'll type it in the live chat again. If you just email me, what are you struggling with? What are your goals? What is it that you need help with when it comes to looking for a coach to help you? Then I can match you with the best coach in the Steak and Butter Gang team. And if you have any requests for specific coaches that you'd like to be paired with, feel free to request that as well.
Perfect.
Jeff, welcome. What effects does alcohol consumption have on the carnivore diet? Great question. I don't drink alcohol. I wouldn't know. Todd, do you know?
I don't, but I think it would depend on what kind of alcohol, but pretty much all of them it's going to be just like eating a carb, I would think. And then especially if it's a high carb, because I hear that I haven't really heard this on carnivore. I've heard it on keto that some of the people do, I think it's like vodka or something, because it's like the lowest carb alcohol or something. But I don't know. I don't drink, but it is funny because this came up before today. Actually, this is the second time I've been asked that today. And my gut feeling is it's going to be just like when I was keto and I was still messing around with the carbs thing, trying to keep the carbs low. And I never got free from the carb addiction. I didn't get free from it until I dropped it and replaced it. That's my gut feeling, but I don't know for sure because I've never drank.
Yeah. Phil, any thoughts?
I just want to warn people that when you're carnivore, alcohol is more potent for people. And so people may feel after one drink like they felt after 3 drinks before. So it's kind of an interesting phenomenon. But carnivore is not really alcohol friendly, but I do agree that the main enemy is the higher carbohydrate type of things. But alcohol metabolism is not a good thing for you for many ways. Even though the French would argue with me and say a glass of wine is great every day, a lot of people have challenges trying to do carnivore and consuming alcohol at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I do see a lot of recommendations and information from the community in the live chat. So check out the live chat. If you're watching the playback, share what works for you if you like to enjoy alcohol.
All right. Close enough. We're drawing this body.
Let's do it.
We'll go
Thank
on to
you,
a
guys.
shorter word. Here we go. Oh, let me get this off the screen. Hold on. Where did that go?
I got
There you
you. Okay.
All right. Here we go for a $25 Amazon gift card. There we
Ooh.
go. Abby
Evie.
May. Here, Evie May. That's awesome. Congratulations. You win a $25 Amazon gift card. Go ahead and take a screenshot of your YouTube app and screenshot your name here with that picture, just this logo right here that we're seeing. Screenshot that as proof and email it to
SBG Challenge
I keep
Yes.
at
forgetting.
gmail.com.
So email it to sbgchallenge@gmail.com and we will send you a $25 Amazon e-gift card. Thank you so much.
Congrats. Yay.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
I have a question for our next drawing. Are you able to do multiples at a single time?
Like multiple, I think we can keep, I think there is a way to keep drawing. Like we can have everybody enter and then we can draw 3 or 4 times. I think you can do that, but I have to look it up.
Okay.
And see how to do that. So
It looks like there's a draw again.
Oh,
yeah,
right there.
option.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, there it is. Yeah, you're right. So we could.
Very
Hey, do we want? Well, let's do one where we get that. That's a great idea. So how about this? We'll do one more for the next $25 Amazon gift card, and then
Okay.
we'll do 10 drawings for the SBG.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll do a rapid fire round, but for that one we want 300 entries. I think
Okay.
that's fair. Instead of
I love
200.
that. Good
So,
idea.
All right. Perfect. All right. And we have a super chat. Where was it? There it is.
Awesome. Thank you, Carnivore Werewolf. Welcome. Hi, Bella. Would love for you to be in my documentary sequel that films this coming year. Contact me. Wow. Thank you very much for considering me. I would love to contact you. How should I go about this? Do you want to email me? If you can email me at steakandbuttergal@gmail.com. It's just my handle spelled out at gmail.com. And I'm happy to get in touch with you. Perfect. Thank you very much.
All righty. Let me get rid of that. And back here to the top. And here we go.
Okay. We did this one.
Oh, shoot. That time around.
No worries. Juggling a lot today, Todd. Gail says, does anyone use sticks to test to see if you're in ketosis? I do not.
I did used to have a finger prick tester, but I couldn't get enough blood in my fingers and I gave up. I just thought I'm one of those people that doesn't really test high. A lot of people say they have really high numbers and I could never do that. I always had really low numbers and it would upset me. So I stopped doing it. I don't bother testing anymore.
For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I don't do it anymore either. When I was keto, I peed on about 5,000 of those strips and I spent about $80,000 on those finger strip testing stupid things. And it kept telling me that I was very barely in ketosis. And it
Yeah.
said that forever. So I got mad and I was like, these things are stupid. And then my mom would cheat all the time, and she would go take one of those things and it would say she's like dark purple on the furthest, she was so in ketosis. I'm like, these things don't mean nothing. So,
Aw.
so I stayed off them. But then I redid it a little bit one time on Carnivore, and basically I correlated it with the fact, and these little breathe-in things, I correlated to the fact where now I pretty much know exactly when I'm deep in ketosis by how I feel and kind of how my breath tastes, actually, because the ketone breath. But
Yeah.
so I don't use them at all anymore.
Do you, Phil? And-
I did it short term when I had my metabolic syndrome. I wanted to make sure I was getting ketotic and my blood sugars were normal. So I did it before and after a fast, 72-hour fast. And I was in fantastic ketosis. My blood sugar was like 60. So I felt like success.
Nice.
And that's the last time I tested. So that was over a year ago.
And to everyone here, do you test your whether or not you're in ketosis with sticks or with the finger things? Feel free to answer that in the live chat or in the comments. All
There we
right.
go. And we have a new word.
Ooh, okay.
This one's
TiVo.
shorter. Yeah, so just make sure that you're subscribed to the channels, that you give it a thumbs up, and it's hashtag T-Bone, just like it appears here with the dash, T-bone, and put
T-bone.
that in the comments. And you guys,
Let me
this
say
is
a
gonna
few
be for,
words here. Yeah,
Yeah.
T-Bone, make sure it's all caps for those who just joined the live stream. And this is if you want to enter to win prizes, okay? And what's the prize for this specific one?
$25 Amazon gift card.
Fantastic. And also, I saw a member put in the live chat to only enter it once for those who do it like spamming 10, 20 times. You don't need to do 10, 20 times. Just type it one time and you'll be entered. Typing it 10 times is not going to give you the 10 entries, unfortunately.
Correct. Yeah, the only thing that gets you extra entries is if you go to each channel and subscribe. That gets you one extra entry per subscribe. Like if you're subscribed on all 4 channels here, or 3 channels here now, because Phil doesn't have one. But if you're subscribed on the other 3 channels, you'll get 3 entries as soon as you make a comment on one. So that's how that works. All right. Here we go.
Awesome.
Now let me make sure. All right. Go back up here.
Nice. Good job, guys. Okay, Easy K, welcome. Any suggestion with WPI supplement use? I'm not sure what that is. Do you know, Phil? Yeah.
He's muted. Phil's muted,
I think he's actually searching it up as we speak. So
I think it stands for whey protein isolate, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what it is. Whey protein isolate. So that's protein powder.
protein powder. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't do any protein powders.
Yeah, same. I don't think any of us here. Yeah.
No. Only time I've heard that those are handy is if you have like a gastric bypass and you're having a hard time getting protein in, or somebody even said it once for gastroparesis. I don't know if that's true or not, but the other one was there's for the not, it wasn't protein, it was the peptides, the collagen peptides for hair, I guess, hair and nails or something.
For hair.
Yeah, those are the only time I've heard of anybody doing it.
Yeah. Real animal foods is better than protein powders. If you can digest it, if you can eat it, if you can't, like you're recovering or you struggle with eating enough, then that can come in handy. But typically you want to start with meat, real animal foods, whole foods that are animal sourced before reaching for supplements and processed things.
For sure.
Great.
All righty.
Beach Bum, welcome. Can using a cast iron skillet to cook my steaks give my body too much iron? Yeah, I see this a lot in my comment section. And I've always wondered, is that really an issue these days? Like, there's always something with cookware. I get the Teflon, I get the plastic, I get do glass bottles, I get don't do plastic straws, but with this one, it's a bit extreme to me. But Phil, do you want to tackle it?
I don't know the answer to that, but think about iron is a naturally occurring ferrous metal, and it's something that our body is used to. And I've never seen any warnings on cast iron skillets. In fact, I've only seen that they're the most beneficial ones to use because they're very clean. They don't have any man-made chemicals in them. So I use my cast iron skillets all the time. I like to braise my meat on the stove, on the range top, and then throw it in the oven and slow cook it with a meat thermometer in the cast iron skillet. And I make pot roasts also that way, where I will braise sear a chuck roast, put about a cup and a half of water in it, and then put it in the oven. It makes a nice beef stew with a really great au jus sauce. So I'm a big fan of cast iron. I think it's one of the safest things. Stainless steel would be the second best.
Yeah, agreed.
Avoid aluminum and Teflon and anything that's going to shed forever chemicals.
I heard if you season it, they're okay, but I don't know. I don't know the science.
Well, I don't know. I'm an electrician by trade, and I think you're more likely to get, we get exposed to so many metals, right? And electricians sometimes get metal toxicity from handling copper wire and steel and iron. But it just absorbs through the skin. I think that you're highly more likely to run into exposure to metal all the time from not just cooking in a skillet. I don't think there's any elevated risk there just from cooking a steak in it. I really don't.
Yeah. Look at this one.
Yeah,
I saw
there's some
redheads.
Yeah,
go ahead.
There's some myths. There's some myths too that cast iron skillets contain contaminants like cadmium and lead, and that's not true. They're just made out of iron, and iron is a naturally occurring element. So
yeah, I learned a lot from you guys in the live chat as well, so thanks for always chiming in.
That's
okay,
awesome.
Let's keep going.
yeah, hemochromatosis is an issue with taking supplemental iron.
Yeah,
and I've treated a lot of people with hereditary hemochromatosis. I've never told them not to use a cast iron skillet because it's just shouldn't be that absorbed. Okay.
Am I right? This is next from Elspeth?
Yep.
Okay. She says, if I get very cold when fasting, should I break my fast? This morning I was going for a 23-hour fast and couldn't get warm until I got in a scalding hot bath with the room heated to 78 degrees.
Yeah, especially if in my opinion, yes, that's one of the first signs. Well, it's the second sign to be exact. The first sign is brain fog and just, having a hard time concentrating and, things that I should be able to keep track of, numbers or sequences of whatever work that I'm doing. If I find myself having a hard time keeping focus and things in line, and then it follows that. And if it's not just a little hand cold or something, but it's actually like a core cold where you gotta take a really hot shower or a sauna or something and bake the house, then yeah, your metabolism's tanking. As far as I'm concerned, that seems to be what happens to me. So yeah, that's definitely the one I pull the plug.
Yeah, getting warm with a scalding hot bath, that's a pretty clear sign. Time to break it. Okay.
Alrighty, I'm gonna give this a quick shout. So we're almost there.
Yay.
We just need 48 more. So hashtag T-Bone or dash bone in the chat, all capital letters, gets you in the drawing for a $25 Amazon gift card. When we get to 200, we will draw for it.
Perfect. And let me just note the time. We're now 2 hours and 3 minutes in. So you guys let me know if you want to wrap up, call it a day. We should probably do the final giveaway soon if you
For
guys
sure.
are tired. Yeah.
Yep. No, for sure. So we're going to do this giveaway, and then we will do one more round, and we're going to do 10 giveaways in this next round, and it'll be 10.
Yeah, 10 at a time.
Yep, 10 at a time. So there you go.
Perfect.
All righty.
Okay. How to lower high OX LDL. Okay. Is OX LDL just the regular LDL, or is it a special type?
That's the low density, the small molecule oxidized LDL, which is the one that is most atherogenic. And really, most people on carnivore actually end up improving their large particle LDL more than their small particle LDL. I think I talked about that recently. Was that the interview I did with you? Did I talk about that?
You touched on it. Yeah.
I don't know when that's coming out, if it is coming out.
Of course it is. We're working on it.
I went over the peer-reviewed literature on that very topic on that. So it should be coming out soon.
Awesome. Stay
on
tuned.
the Steak and Butter channel.
Yes.
Channel.
Perfect.
Keep going. Paulina, welcome. I've been on the carnivore diet for about 2 months. My sciatica pain is gone. However, my left foot swells throughout the day. What can I do about this? Left foot swelling. Is that gout?
Can
No,
be,
not
but
necessarily.
probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably not. There's a lot of reasons a foot can swell. The most common, so we'd have to know the age. Do they have any lymphatic issues? Has there been prior trauma to the leg? Are they on any vasodilator or venodilator drugs? But venous insufficiency is probably the most important thing, which means the valves have kind of broken down in your lower extremities. But we probably need a little more information on that. So the thing I would be interested in, Paulina, is to raise your feet at night and see if the swelling goes down overnight. Yeah. And if it does, it's probably venous insufficiency. And we have seen people have varicose veins get better on carnivore. So usually takes months to a year. But we have seen people improve and have a decrease in varicose veins. And if you have a decrease in varicose veins, you should have a decrease in the swelling, but only if it's due to venous disease.
Heidi says compression socks. That could also really help. Any ideas, Todd?
Yeah, I mean, man, I have such trouble with those stupid compression socks. They are hard to wear. They cut into you. They're really uncomfortable. It cause a lot of pain. I 100% agree. For me, the Wim Hof breathing, the shake plate, the rebounder, doing the calf pumps on the rebounder, but absolutely getting your feet up above your heart at night when you sleep is a recipe, for relief as far as I'm concerned. My right leg looks like a normal person's right leg now. That's incredible. I cannot tell you. I did not think that the legs are going to come back, and they really did. And so, I mean, my right leg now from that routine is now, I mean, it's like 11 inches in diameter smaller. So it's great. Wow. It's really crazy. And so my left leg still has some work to do, but yeah, and that's just been getting a bed that, it's not just that, I'm flat, it brings my feet up above my heart, and that's a super big one. And being consistent at doing the Wim Hof breathing in the morning, because it opens up your diaphragm, because when I'm in that bed, I know it kind of, this what Leslie and Keith was saying, that that it gets, that it can get blocked in your waist, basically, because it's kind of a tight area, especially if you're bigger person like me and Lindy are, that's a point of contention to doing the Wim Hof breather, moves your diaphragm, gets things flowing. Then I go hit the shake plate and I do the legs first, and then I do it on my arms to open up the lymphatic ducts or whatever they call them. And then I do the calf raises on the rebounder. And man, that if I miss a day or two of that, it puts me back several days. It's not getting it is healing. The longer I keep that stuff off too, the more that it heals for good. So that like if I miss a day or two, it doesn't come back on as hard anymore. It's like it really is healing up too. So yeah, that's what I would do for sure.
Awesome. And Lindy, any tips?
Yeah, I'm definitely the same with compression stockings. I can't wear them at all, but the vibration plate and the rebounder do help me. And I also go to bed a little bit early just to keep my legs elevated because, if I'm not lying vertical, it just doesn't work. I need horizontal. I need to lie down and keep my feet elevated, and that in the morning my feet are fine. But I find it weird how it is our left side, because Todd's left side, and I think Michael as well. It's always the left side that's a little bit bigger. Be interested to know why that is.
Well, Phil could probably tell us, but isn't that thoracic duct on the left side handle like 3/4 of the lymphatic fluid compared to the one on the right side or something?
Yeah, but I haven't really thought about that. Left side more than the right side. I'd have to think about that. That I don't have a physiologic explanation for that unless you're pregnant. So
well, I'll check and get back to you, Phil.
But I don't know. I think that may be coincidence more than anything. But I'll have to think about that one.
Okay. All right. Make sure that this is the right one.
Yep. Okay, yes. I get sleepy after 4 hours of eating. I want to lay down and crash on the lion diet. This is going on for 11 months. What is going on?
If I ate for 4 hours straight, I'd be sleepy too. I don't know. If that's what you meant though. But I'd be pretty tired after eating for 4 hours too.
What else could it mean? I get sleepy after 4. Oh, so like 4 hours after eating.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think, yeah, maybe healing. When I was going through priming, I would eat and then I would get tired and then I would sleep really well for many hours and I'd wake up and I would see swelling and inflammation and lymphatic fluid gone from my legs. And that's when I was really healing. That makes me wonder because for after 4 hours, if that's what it is.
Yeah, that. And I wonder when you're eating that meal. So if you're eating more towards the evening, your body's already about to wind down for a night's rest. If you're eating breakfast, let's say he or she's eating at 10 a.m. and then at 2 p.m., that's when they have the crash. Maybe split your meal into multiple meals rather than stuffing yourself in just one meal. Because we hear that as well. Long fast, breaking it, and you're eating and then you just feel so tired and sleepy. So I just wonder about those things. Any ideas, Lindy?
Sorry, I was reading comments, but
no worries.
Yeah, I'll skip this.
Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
I'll ask Phil. Do you have any thoughts?
I guess I'd want to know how they're sleeping at night, and having daytime sleepiness is usually the one thing you always worry about is there any possibility you have sleep apnea that could be causing a problem? And I'd want to know how long you're sleeping during the night because I tend to sleep better on carnivore, but to every day be sleeping 4 hours after eating, I'd really want to know, yes, if you're actually getting a good night's sleep overnight.
Yeah.
And you can do a little test of that if you want. You can get a pulse oximeter that you wear overnight, one that's connected to your phone. and you can see if you have any desaturation, which means your percent of oxygen is dropping down below 80 during the night, and that might be an indication that you need a sleep study done. But that would be my thoughts. But sometimes, hey, after you eat a big meal, after the lion eats the big kill, you just want to take a nap, and that's I'm on a level 2 right now at Steak and Butter Gang, and we're on OMADs, and I ate breakfast yesterday, had dinner tonight, and after dinner tonight, I wanted to take a nap. I mean, it's just
Yep.
kind of natural. I hadn't eaten in 36 hours, and it was only natural that, okay, I ate, and now I want to sleep. I want to enjoy the benefits of my kill. And when we're on the standard American diet, we're like, oh, you should never eat before you go to bed. But as a carnivore, I love to eat and go to bed.
Hey, I always say
It
this.
feels very natural.
Yeah, that's exactly why I prefer to eat my biggest meal at night, because it knocks me out. Is it necessarily ideal for the digestion? Probably not, but I don't really care. I feel so good and I sleep so deep.
All right. Let's see here. I'm going to click that so I can get that off there. And we just need 22 more people. Hashtag T-bone, all capital letters, and you will be entered into the drawing that we're going to do when we get to 200 entries. We're at 178 right now. When we get to 200 entries, we will do a drawing for a $25 Amazon e-gift card.
Yeah, let me just reiterate for Todd. I'm sure we have a lot of new live stream members who just came in. If you're new here, today we're focusing on holiday vibes. So we want to give out prizes. We feel generous today. And we already gave out some great prizes, but we still have quite a few great prizes to give out. This one you don't want to miss. So all you have to do is like the video that you're watching, subscribe to the channels, and type hashtag T-bone. Make sure it's all caps. Okay. We're almost there. Once it reaches 200, that tiny number down there, we'll draw the winner.
For sure. Appreciate it. And here we go.
Okay.
Sure. All right. And this one.
Caroline, welcome. What can I do about suspected non-specific interstitial pneumonia and systemic sclerosis? I think it's actually shedding C19 related. I've been carnivore since April 2022. Phil, why don't you tackle that?
That's pretty, even though it's non-specific, that's a pretty specific autoimmune problem. And, you know, I've not seen anything other than carnivore that really helps autoimmune diseases. You've been carnivore for 2 years, 2.5 years. I'm really disappointed that you're not putting that in remission. I don't know how long you've had it, but I still think being carnivore is the best possible diet you can be on, a possible way of eating, just to not add to the inflammatory load that you have on your body. But it's not a magic bullet. It doesn't cure everything. But congratulations for being carnivore for so long, because I just don't know where your disease would be if you were 2.5 years later on a standard American diet. It might be much worse. So I would just stay the course, work with your rheumatologist or pulmonologist, whoever you're working with, your immune doctor, and congratulations for staying carnivore, because that's what I would do.
Keep us posted, Caroline, on your progress. Thank you.
That's awesome. All right. Whoops. And we made it. We're at 200.
Heck yeah. Okay, let's
There
draw
we
the
go.
winner.
All right. Here we go for a $25 Amazon gift card.
Kitchen
Ooh.
Witch 1885. Congratulations.
That's
Yay.
awesome. Congratulations. Just take a screenshot from your YouTube app showing your screen name handle in this picture here that's on the screen. Take a picture of that from your YouTube app and email it to
sbgchallenge@gmail.com. Thanks.
sbgchallenge@gmail.com, and we will send you an e-gift card in your email. So that's just that simple.
I'm
Awesome.
actually going to put that email under the description of the live so that it is there. Okay. While I do that, you can get the next question.
Yep.
Okay, so this one says from Urkia, welcome. Prego A1C is 6.0, and doc said they want to put me on insulin. Can I stay on protein for the rest of my second trimester until third trimester to not be on insulin? Phil?
Yeah. So obviously you're pregnant and you have what we call gestational diabetes. I don't know if you had diabetes before your pregnancy, so I assume that you're probably a gestational diabetic, meaning the diabetes of pregnancy. Insulin is the recommended treatment during the pregnancy to prevent complications with the fetus. Hyperglycemia can cause a smaller brain development, can cause lower weight infants, can cause lower amounts of amniotic fluid, and insulin is the standard treatment during the second and third trimester when you have gestational diabetes. But as soon as you're no longer pregnant, you should be able to get off the insulin and get your blood sugar normalized. You are at statistically a higher risk of type 2 diabetes after having gestational diabetes. But this will be a good observation of how you can get it. But I would not discourage you from being on insulin for the pregnancy because of all the benefits it would do for the baby for the short term.
Thank you, Phil, for that.
That's awesome.
Ooh, this is cute.
And there we go. This is for this time. This is the last drawing we're going to do tonight. And we are going to draw 10 people. So for this one, we would like 300 people in there. That'll give you roughly a 3.5% chance at getting a free membership to the SBG.
Yes.
So just like the video, subscribe to all the channels for the most amounts to enters to win, which will be 3 right now, and hashtag Prime, all capital letters in the comments, and you'll be entered to win. And for this one, we're going to draw 10 drawings and see who wins the 10 free memberships to the SBG game.
I'd love to chime in. So this one's going up fast. Maybe we should make it 400. Maybe not.
All right. I think,
no, let's do
300, 400 is a stretch, but I think we can get to
300 it is. For this one, I just want to clarify. So under today's video, I posted a little carnivore haul on my pre-recorded videos tab. And let me just mute Phil. There's a bit of an echo. Under that video, I will occasionally during like holidays or times of need throughout the year, I'll open up the Steak and Butter Gang forum to anyone and everyone who wants to join for support. This is different, tonight's prize. This includes our 30-day challenge. So you'll have all of the Zoom calls, you'll have all of the events, the exclusive things that we do, the giveaways. You'll be able to work directly with Raymond, Todd, Lindy, Phil. They're all in there active. And you also can stay up to date with in-person meetups, conventions that we'll be at. So it's a great way to stay connected and get maximum support. So if you think you'll need this, just do hashtag all caps. Make sure it's all caps. Hashtag Prime. Okay. Good luck. Yay. Anita, is carnivore diet safe for diverticulitis patients? Raymond should have been here to answer this, but anyone want to take it?
I don't even know what I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Well, what diverticulitis? So diverticulitis is a complication of diverticulosis. Diverticulosis is a issue with your colon where you get little pouches, little herniations of the lining of the colon, causes little pouches, and food can get trapped in it. And when it gets inflamed and infected, we call that diverticulitis. which is painful and can be a problem. Carnivore diet is absolutely safe for people with diverticulitis and diverticulosis as long as you're in a phase where you can eat. Sometimes diverticulitis causes obstructions, at which time you would be in the hospital with a tube down your nose and not eating anything. So obviously you can't eat carnivore food during that time, but if you're up and walking around and taking antibiotics, normally they put you on metronidazole to treat diverticulitis, which is an antibiotic, but you can certainly eat carnivore while you're being treated for diverticulitis, as long as you're allowed to eat food, period.
Nice. Wow. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question, Anita. Sherry, welcome. My gallbladder was barely functioning 16 years ago. I never had it removed, and even 2 weeks into high-fat carnivore, it does not hurt. Can carnivore improve gallbladder function? Can carnivore improve gallbladder function?
Absolutely. Now, people with sick gallbladders sometimes have to eat more frequent, lower fat meals and increase it. But over time, a sick gallbladder is a sign that your gallbladder hasn't been challenged with enough fat. And so every time you eat a fatty meal, there's a hormone, cholecystokinin, that gets released as a trigger, and it causes the gallbladder to contract, which then empties the gallbladder. And that's the normal function. And the problem is so many Americans have been on very low fat diets. And so their gallbladders sit there and they get basically slush in their gallbladder. It's thickening and gets ill and gets stones in it. So keeping the eating, when you're first starting out, if you have gallbladder disease, I usually recommend people eat 4 or 5 meals a day and keep the fat low and increase it slowly and see what you can tolerate. But after a few months, you can go back to eating pretty normal. So you do a little bit of healing. Some people do pass some stones when they have gallbladder disease, because as the stones start to dissolve, they can dislodge and try to pass, and occasionally they get stuck, but that can happen without carnivore diet. And the fact that you're dissolving stones is actually a good sign. So I hope that I'm glad to hear that you're not having any pain. And after 16 years, that's a lot of healing to do.
That's awesome.
Thank you, muted Bella.
Thanks, Lindy. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going.
All right, we're gonna shout this out one more time. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, halfway
But,
there.
Yep, this is for 10 drawings for 10 people. We're going to be drawing for SBG membership and the Steak and Butter Gang. And so you just have to like, subscribe, and then type in the chat here #Prime, all capital letters. And when we get to 300, we will give away 10 of those memberships.
Yes.
Yeah, I see at Joe M. He put it at lowercase, so he needs to re-enter it as uppercase.
Please.
That's important.
All right.
Great. So Calm. Best resource to find a carnivore educated / accepting doctor. The website is called Low Carb. Let me just double check here. There is a website. Low Carb Doctor Finder. Diet Doctor. Okay, Diet Doctor. Just search on Google Diet Doctor, find a doctor near you, or Low Carb Doctor Finder. And that website, you can find keto doctors or low carb doctors near you.
The other resource is if you have friends in the area that are low carb or carnivore, certainly ask your friends in the area to see if they have a doctor that they like.
That's awesome.
I have a dentist that she has so many carnivore patients now. It's pretty amazing. She said more and more every month are
Oh.
coming in.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Nice. Debbie, hello. How can I get over meat aversion? I have been doing carnivore since June 2nd and down 40 pounds. Congrats. It is hard for me to eat meat some days. Eggs, seafood, pork rind chips to give you that crunchiness. Lindy, what do you do when you have meat aversion?
Yeah, just change the way I cook my meat. Sometimes I just have steak all the time, and then I get really thick of that, so I have to slow cook it. Or doing the eggs. I do like salmon, a bit of salmon, so I might throw that in once a week just to fix that. But if I just don't want to eat meat, I'll just fast a little bit until I'm hungry enough that I'm going to want to eat meat again. So that's also another fail sale for me.
Awesome. Great tips. Let's keep going. Carol says, is there really an oxalate dumping illness when starting carnivore? Thank you. So I personally did have oxalate dumping myself. Vegan for 6 years. When I went carnivore, I started getting crystals coming out of my skin. I didn't know that it was oxalate dumping until I started looking at Sally Norton's info, videos, interviews. She has a book called Toxic Superfoods, if you want to read it. And other symptoms include cloudy urine, worsening of your autoimmune or skin conditions before it gets better. So I believe in it. It's very real. And there are a lot of testimonials, real carnivores sharing their experiences with oxalate dumping as well. Stephen, I've been on Humira for a couple of years. I've been slowly cutting back on it from 2 times a month to 1. Any thoughts? I'm thinking of just stopping completely. Phil, do you know what Humira is?
Yeah, it's Humira is probably an arthritic, an anti-inflammatory or an autoimmune disease. I'll have to look it up real quick. I haven't practiced for so long.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Yeah,
We can circle back.
Yeah, that's an immune mediator. Yeah, you really need to work with your doctor when cutting back on these monoclonal antibody drugs. These are biologic drugs, and they're in the purview of the specialists that prescribe these, and they're going to be so whoever's prescribing this should be totally qualified to give you a good schedule to continue getting off of it. But if you've already cut it down, that's great. But I do it with a consultation with your doctor. Okay.
Great. Perfect. Okay, we did this already. Ian, is it normal to have low blood sugar? I started carnivore December 1st. Noticed in the morning my sugar is low. It was 59. Phil?
Yeah, this is one of the dangers of checking your blood sugar. If you're not diabetic and you're not on any diabetic meds, I really don't recommend you even checking your blood sugar. That short period that I checked it for 1 month, I was amazed how many times my blood sugar was lower than that, down in the mid 50s, and I was totally asymptomatic. And when you're not eating carbs and you're fat adapted, that's kind of normal.
Yeah.
And that's like a good baseline. So I would be happy with that, as long as you're not on diabetic meds. But if you're on diabetic meds, that could be life-threatening. But if you're not on diabetic meds, it's actually a good thing.
Perfect. C says, is fresh sauerkraut with meals helpful? Anyone here eat that? I don't.
No, I had kimchi a couple of times when I was coming off of a long fast because I was having, at first when I was doing fast over 5 days, I was getting constipated after I would come off the fast because I guess I didn't have the right stomach acid or something. And somebody said to try fermented foods to break back in. So I used kimchi a few times and that definitely helped. But other than that, I don't I don't know
Yeah.
what you'd use it for.
I have tried it a
Obvious-
couple of times.
Oh,
Go,
good.
Dr. Phil.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
Yeah, I tried
That
it a few times when Dr. Shawn O'Mara mentions it, and he says only to have like a teaspoon with your meat. But I don't want a teaspoon. I want a lot more. So to me, it's just one of those things that I could probably get addicted to, or it just caused me to want to eat more. So I don't do it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my attitude is Dr. Sean O'Mara is obviously a big fan of fermented vegetables to use to, he feels it helps your biome. But I think the practical thing is if that keeps you carnivore, then go for it. Because sometimes people do like a little variety, and a fermented food is going to be much healthier for you than having a big green salad with salad dressing on it.
That's right. Yeah, I actually have a question for everyone here. Has anyone tried the O'Mara protocol, which is eating carnivore plus fermented fruits and fermented vegetables? I'm actually very curious on how it went with you. If you're watching the playback, put it in the comments. If you're in the live right now, share your experiences. Very curious.
All right, I was gonna show this one more
let's
time.
do a check-in. Ooh,
I think it's going a little slow, so we might. All right, we're gonna call
let's
an
do it
audible
at
here.
200.
We'll do it at 200 exactly. So one more time, we are giving away 10 free subscriptions to 10 lucky people to SBG challenge, the Steak and Butter Gang challenge. You just have to like and subscribe to the channels and like the video, and then enter hashtag Prime all capital letters, and you will be entered in the drawing. And when we get this number to 200, we're gonna do 10 drawings.
Yeah, today's experience with the giveaways is good feedback. I think maybe we were a little too generous today where we have a lot of prizes to do. Next time we'll be a little bit more selective with, let's just go with, what do you think, Todd, after today's experience? 2?
Yeah,
2, 3.
I think 2 or 3. Yeah, I think that would be a good mix for sure. We went crazy, but it is Christmas time. And also, speaking of going crazy,
Yeah.
on Sunday, not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday, we'll be giving, me and Lindy and Michael will be doing this, but we're giving away on our channels. We're going to do like $1,000 worth of gift cards. So we're going to have a fun day.
Whoa.
So come on
Okay.
over. All right.
Sunday, what time? So people can take note.
It's going to be 5. What time do we do it? Do we do it at 5 or 5:30, Lindy?
It's 11 a.m. for me in Melbourne, Australia.
So we do it at 5 o'clock Mountain Time on Sunday. Yep.
Over at Todd, Lindy, and Michael's channels. So
Yeah.
it's linked down below in the description box.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks so much.
Great. Ian, is it normal to have low? We did this. Yes. Okay.
Do we
Jeff,
do it? How does that keep happening?
no worries. When starting a carnivore diet, does everyone have the same issues? For example, cramping. I would say no, because I've spoken to thousands of carnivores by now, and to this day, I still hear new, unique stories of adaptation symptoms and phases. So I think every single person is different. Our experiences will be different based on what you're eating, what you're healing from, what diet you're coming from. All of these things will dictate your experience. So, anything to add for Jeff? Yeah, I think that.
Not really. I mean, I had cramping a little bit, but then that went away when I started dry fasting and my body started getting into like metabolic fluid from my fat cells. When I did have it, it was a combination of things. I was drinking too much water, which I think was the main thing. And if you do have a serious cramping problem, I would highly recommend a shake plate, because that thing saved my life a few nights way back when I was having cramping problem, because it'll shake a cramp out of your legs for sure. But that's all that I know about them. But I haven't had that problem in almost a year now. I had probably had 2 cramps in a year now.
Awesome.
Yep. All right. And let's see here. We'll go on to the next one.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, I got it. Dan, Bella, your latest video said you prefer unsalted butter. Why? I thought the salt was beneficial when on carnivore. Thanks. Okay, so I actually made a video on why I don't eat salt. Nowadays, though, I'm not fully 100% no salt anymore because I do have to leverage dairy products because I have different goals now. But I'd never add extra salt shakers on my meat. I just have everything plain because personal preference. It tastes so good. I don't need salt to make it taste better. I also do find with my own body that I have more energy, I sleep deeper, and I wake up energized when I don't eat salt. If you want more information on this, I would look into the Zeroing In on Health Facebook community. They're the original carnivore community. They actually say if you're going to go fully zero carb carnivore diet, salt is a processed additive and it's not natural. Just eat real meat. You don't need the salt. Is this going to work for every carnivore? Obviously not. It could actually be problematic for athletes, for people who work out, who sweat. For example, my husband, if he were to go no salt, he would suffer. Okay. So this is very personal. Any thoughts, guys? With the no salt?
Yeah, I mean, I use salt the heck out of everything, and then my body just lost taste for it. Now I don't salt anything, but I don't know why. But again, I just fall back to whatever my body's good. I'm happy where I'm at, and I can trust my body's cues right now, and so I just follow that.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you why, but I do know when I stopped eating salt, the fluid retention definitely got way better. So.
Yeah. But Lindy, you're an example of someone who eats salt, right? And you thrive.
Yeah, some days I really like the salt and I'll just salt a lot. And other days I don't feel like it and I won't have any salt. So I just go by how I feel. But most days I did crave the salt and I'll have it. Don't restrict.
Sure.
Yeah.
And how are you on salt, Phil? Are you no salt currently?
It really depends on what I'm eating. I used to salt eggs. I don't anymore. I do salt my steaks and dry brine them for 24 hours before I cook them. And I don't put any extra salt after the dry brining. So I would say my salt consumption has dropped probably more than 50% in the last 6 months.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting how it works.
I see this comment from Carol. Dr. Barry would flip. So I'm guessing Dr. Barry loves his salt or something. I'm not aware, actually. And I get it. There are carnivores, including, big voices and carnivores that I look up to that really, really promote eating a lot of salt. If you feel good on eating lots of salt, eat the salt. I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, we're almost there. We need 2 more of you. Just two more. So like, subscribe, and hit #Prime, all capital letters. And if you guys do it right now, I can hit this button.
Yeah. Type it out, #capital, all caps, Prime. Or we can just do another question and come back. And keep in mind, it's 10:13 p.m. where Phil is, and probably a lot of live stream viewers right now. People are probably winding down. I hope you guys are wearing blue light blockers.
Sure.
So it's okay if it takes some time. Okay.
All right. I like this question. Let's take that one.
Great. Hi, Lucy. How can I lose weight on carnivore? How long does it take? $1 million question. Todd?
Yeah. You lose weight by priming and trusting the process. How long does it take is however long your body decides it takes. And that's the honest answer, how long it decides for you to heal. But the beautiful thing is weight is such a silly thing, and we don't realize it because we're all programmed to believe that weight is what's making us sick. And I really truly believe that weight is a parallel symptom to the reason why we're sick. I think we're putting on weight because our body's trying to help us, and it's trying to defend us from all the crap that we eat and all the simple carbohydrates, and it's trying to get the glucose out of our blood. And I really think that's what it's doing. So for me, every time I try to every time I make a plan of how much weight I'm going to lose by how much time I'm going to do it in, it never pans out and it just annoys me. But if I just calm down and I just eat what my body wants to eat and I fast when it wants it to fast, man, the weight just drops. And so I've gone
Yeah.
6 months without losing a pound or even gaining a few pounds, but losing inches. And then all of a sudden it turns on like a switch and I'll dump 70 pounds in like 60 days. I've done that before too. So it
Wow.
just is coming off. I'm just very happy where I'm at. And I just let my body, how bad, I know now that I don't have to feel bad no matter what's going on when I'm gaining strength and I'm just eating the meat that my body's craving and the fat that my body's craving. I know everything's set. It's just time. And I just keep thinking back to, if I didn't lose another pound from here on out, I am so blessed to not be getting sicker and gaining weight at the exponential rate that I was before. So I don't even care anymore. Weight, I still have 150 pounds to lose, I'm sure, but it's going to come off when it's dang good and ready, I reckon, because I just keep gaining muscle and getting healthier and happier. So that's what I'm waiting on. How about you, Lindy?
Yeah, well, I've lost 500 pounds in nearly 3 years as of 3rd of January. That's my carniversary. And being at such an extreme weight, it does come off very quickly. But as I get closer to my goal weight, things have slowed right down. And it's like, I'm now at like a weight where a lot of people are starting carnivore and they're going to lose weight a lot faster than I am now. And it's like, you just got to, how much weight have you got to lose? Like how far away are you from your goal? I mean, there's so many things that you need to take into account, but you shouldn't be focused on the scales or the weight. It's just more about the healing. Heal your body, and I think your body will reward you with weight loss when it's feeling safe. And I think even if you gain a few pounds, or as long as you're healing your body and reversing all the damage that you've done, is so much more important. So I know my focus has changed as well on healing, and the weight's going to come off eventually when it's ready. So I'm trusting the process, and yeah,
That's amazing. I highly recommend following along Todd, Michael, and Lindy's journey. They do their weekly live streams talking about this topic, sharing what they're up to, and just inspiring so many who also have the shared goal of weight loss. I have experienced awesome weight loss, and for the first time in my life, the weight loss doesn't bounce back. So I don't have to worry about hair loss anymore. I don't have to worry about having disordered eating and thinking about food 24/7. So carnivore diet is an answer for so many. How long does it take? Like Todd said, whenever your body's ready, just trust the process. Yeah. Great answers.
All right.
I did want to, real quick, I just wanted to help Mark, because this is the Mark in SBG, right? Who always is there with his fiance in the meetings? I think so.
Looks like him.
Yeah. So real quick, I'll just answer Mark's question. Anyone else gets the meat sleeps after a big meal? My beautiful fiance is getting them now. Meat sleeps, also known as, what's the other one called? Like meat coma.
Meat coma.
That's what I would call it. Yeah, meat coma. Normal to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I used to think something was wrong when I would get tired after I would eat a bunch of meat too, until I started seeing the healing my body was doing, and I decided I think it's actually telling me to go to sleep so that it can use all the building material I just fed it. Because I'd wake up and things were so much, like I could literally see my legs, the impacted lymphatic, like fat and fluid and stuff on my legs would be gone overnight. Like noticeably, in the morning I'd look and go, wow, this got a whole lot better. And then that's when my eyebrows were growing back and my eyes were getting better. So I think it's just healing. I think it's our natural state. I think it's what we're supposed to do.
Yes. Yeah. I'll also say that I want to say my first 6 months, I was just sleeping more than I ever have in my life, just napping, sleeping, feasting, resting. So maybe your beautiful fiance is just currently in deep healing mode. Don't panic. Don't freak out. Nothing's going wrong. Give it some time and check back and let us know if she's still having these things. but it usually goes away when you're adapted. Perfect. Are we
Yeah,
ready? to wrap?
I
Go
I
ahead,
just
Bill.
want to add that think about the fact that after you eat, you go into parasympathetic system, which is part of your autonomic nervous system, and you have the sympathetic system, which is fight or flight, the stress one, and parasympathetic, which is sleep, digestion, and it's such a wonderment how easier it is to get into good parasympathetic mode when you're a carnivore because you get that calm, you get sleep, you get rest, and you're not running your engine at high speed as much. So I really look at that as kind of a benefit. And Western culture has missed out on the concept of siesta, but many cultures do siesta after their big meal at lunchtime. And I kind of wish that was the American way because that is really good from a physiologic standpoint.
Mm. That makes sense. All right, we made it.
Yay.
Cool. 10 over.
All
Okay.
right. So here we go. So now you got almost a 1 and you got like 5% chance of winning one of these because we're going to do 10 of them. So here we go. First winner of an SBG membership.
Congratulations, Candy Keith. Yay. I saw her very active in the chat today. So congrats.
That's awesome. Congratulations. And just email Lindy or Bella at sbgchallenge@gmail.com and take a screenshot from the app, from your YouTube app with this picture, and that goes for everybody. So round 2, our second winner is
Breeze with
Breeze.
Callie. Congratulations. You also won SBG membership, 30 days free.
Congratulations. And we'll do another one. Third winner is
We should be playing music.
We need drum roll.
I know. Christina G.
G.
Congratulations. Wow. What if there are like multiple of the same exact username?
well,
There
but that's why. So they're going to be these come off of their.
Oh, you muted yourself. Oh, no worries. Maybe there's a way that this setup doesn't do same usernames. Yeah. I think Todd is busy, but go ahead and draw again. Okay, so we just gave away 3, right? So this is the
Yes.
4th one. Awesome.
Sure.
Congratulations, Cheryl. Oh my gosh. We can't wait to see you in there.
Here we go. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Thank you. Sorry, my microphone decided that very second to take a crap. So there we go.
No problem.
All right. Number 5.
Number 5 now. Congratulations to John. John S. I don't know how to pronounce that. Schaefer?
Schaefer. Yeah.
Schaefer. Congratulations, John. Can't wait
Number
to welcome you.
6.
6 now. Slappy, congratulations.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Number 7.
7. Texas lady. Yay.
Yay.
Congratulations. You just won.
Number 8.
Oh. Christina Jort, you just won. Congratulations.
Congratulations, number 9.
Number 9. Yay. Holiday gifts. Rose Tea Petals. You just won SPG membership. Congrats.
That's awesome. And number 10.
Last but not least, our last winner of the night. Bonnie Beankin. Congratulations. Can't wait to meet you. All right. So for all these 10 winners, what do they have to do?
All right. Congratulations, everybody that won. Just go into your YouTube app and take a screenshot of your username with your profile picture here, like you see at Bonnie's, and email that to sbgchallenge@gmail.com, and we will email you your prize.
Amazing. And the email is in the description box. So if you want it typed out so that you don't typo the email, just refresh this live stream, open the description box. The email is right at the top. Okay. Congrats to everyone.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Well, that was fun.
That was awesome. We'll do more.
For sure.
Okay. Let's see. Final announcements. Anything important that we want to announce?
I got one thing I want to announce. She's not going to like it though, but Lindy, plug your ears.
That's right.
So Lindy is still going to hunt me down and murder me, but I did start a GoFundMe for Lindy because she's awesome. She's lost over 500 pounds and she's working on getting a skin surgery. So I'm going to put it here in the chat. This is her GoFundMe link, and we appreciate you guys. If you can't donate anything, we totally understand, but just pass it along, put it on your social media, spread the word. We are looking forward to helping Lindy get her skin surgery. So that's incredible. So just wanted to put that out there. And then let's see, definitely come check us out in the Steak and Butter Gang. And we also are going to Hack Your Health in 2025 November. And we have a link and a coupon code in the chat to get you $100 off your tickets to Hack Your Health.
That's right. So with Lindy's GoFundMe, it's making great progress. It's going up really fast. This is really good. I will be sharing it a lot more. I shared it in our last live stream with Carrie Homestead How and Adam Carnivore today, and that was when we surprised her, and I was sitting next to Lindy and she was moved to tears. But I just want to say, if there's anyone that deserves this, it is Lindy. She has stuck by, at least my side, been my friend, been so kind and supportive of me. I love her so much. She's family to me, and she can't afford this skin surgery. She was about to cancel it. If this is the best holiday gift ever that I can give her, I'm going to make it happen. But you guys can all help, okay? So please click the link, contribute if you can. If not, just share the link on your socials. Share it with a link of Lindy's many interviews now on YouTube. Her story is incredible, and she's changing lives just by sharing her story. Phil, did you want any special words for Lindy? Appreciation.
I don't think everyone understands fully what it means to get her surgery. And she was told by her doctor, I'm going to give a secret, that she has 42 pounds of excess skin. And this would not remove all 42 pounds, but it would remove the abdominal skin. And that's pretty amazing. You can imagine after having lost so much weight, carrying another 42 pounds, that there's nothing you can do about it. And that there's a surgical remedy for this. And it's pretty remarkable, and she's very brave for doing it.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be very successful for her and help her so much.
100%.
Yeah.
And
You're making me cry.
We love you.
Julie, if this happens, come and find me, please, because Lenny's gonna dig a deep hole when I come see her. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. It's gonna happen. So get ready, Lindy. We're gonna make this happen for you. So we love you so much. Did you want to share anything? Not to put you on the spot. Yeah.
I love you all so much, and thank you to everybody just for being here. And community has been what made me successful. If it wasn't for SBG Gang, I probably wouldn't be here living today. So I still love SBG. It keeps me grounded. It keeps me motivated. All the inspiring stories of healing is just fantastic. So congratulations to all the winners. I can't wait to see you in the community. And yeah, look forward to hearing all your NSVs, your non-scale victories, and your stories. It's going to be amazing.
Yay! I'm
Yeah.
sure everybody's clapping for Lindy right now. I just now updated my description box. Okay, so anyone who watches this playback, just open that description box. You should actually see it above the fold. The first thing is the email if you won, and the second line is the link clickable to support Lindy's GoFundMe. Love you guys. This is the best community. Let's keep supporting each other. Awesome. Shall we call it a night?
Yep. We appreciate you guys.
Love
And
you
we will see you.
guys. See you
See you in
next week.
SBG. See you Friday, and see you next week.
Yay.
Yay. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.